Yeah, welcome everyone to the Blue Stand once again. We're here for the Wolves game tomorrow, of course. Plus, a lot of talk about our new interim manager, the one and only Super Frank Lampard. We're going to talk about all that, what he had to say. First of all, I want to welcome JPT and Deals. Welcome, chaps. Can you hear
Big
me?
up, big up, big up, Nick.
Big up, Deals.
Big up,
JP.
JPT.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, good. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. Yeah, so we start. Uh, last, Frank Lampard questions. Uh, he didn't do an interview today. It was yesterday. Um, yeah, what he had to say, we all know how good he talks. He knows how to answer them. You can see how happy he looks because he said it's my club. When they called me, I didn't hesitate. Of course, I won't. I just came. He's so proud and pleased to be back at the bridge. He had his first training session today with the boys, and they looked really good. I saw every minute of it. They look really happy. They look together, and I saw they were practicing on the goal shooting, getting goals with Frank Lampard there. And I'm not sure. I didn't see who his assistant was there. He doesn't want to say right now who's coming in, but I think actually Cole will come in. I think Paul Clement is coming in to help him. Yeah, he's so pleased, the guy. They asked him, how long you're going to be here for. It's interim. What's your thoughts and all that? He said, "Yeah, I'm as far as I know, I'm here for the rest of the season, and after that we will see." They asked him if they said to him they're going to bring a new manager in after this season. He didn't. He said they didn't say that to him. They didn't
Yeah, they
ask him
said
that
that
question.
they said that they didn't say that to him. What's your
Yeah,
thoughts on that, Nick? What's your thoughts on that?
yeah. So yeah, that's good. It only means a good thing. They want to give him a chance again. They can't say that to him. He's too big of a legend. And he replied sensibly, of course. He said, he goes, "I'm here for the rest of the season, and after that, we're going to see." Uh, I'm not, he said, "I'm not hoping or this or that." He said, "All I want to do is get the team back, Chelsea back, how it used to be, get the fans back on side, and he said all the right things like we want. Get Chelsea, how we know Chelsea. There's no better guy than Frank Lampard to do it. And people, they were asking him if he wins a Champions League, would he be the new manager? That he was laughing. He said, "That's not a question. I can't answer that. But my aim is to make these players play better, start
Nick,
scoring." Yeah.
he was talking like the proper Chelsea, proper talk.
Yes, he was still, yeah. And I love the interview. Every word he said, every question they asked him, everything he said, he was great.
He
Uh,
said this is my club.
yeah, yeah, of course he is. And don't forget me. I told against the Liverpool game when I saw Frank Lampard, in the stand watching the game so carefully. He was there watching, and and since he got sacked last time, he hasn't been at the to the bridge. He hasn't. He's been with his family, taking time off. But something was going to happen. I just I didn't say when I saw him, I didn't think straight away they're going to put Frank. But I had a feeling because what Bruno was saying before. I'm here for the Liverpool game, and I don't know after that. So it was obvious he was coming. Yeah, so we're all pleased. Most of us Chelsea fans are pleased. Some are doubtful. Some they don't mind him here as an interim, but they don't want him to be the new manager. for the long term. I have my feelings, thoughts. I think that we will give him a position. End of the season, I don't think they're going to say to him, "Oh, thanks, Frank, goodbye." Doesn't matter if he wins the Champions League or not. I think he might get a coaching position at the club. I think that's possible, especially if it's going to be Jose Mourinho, the new manager. I just have a feeling that Jose must have spoke to him. They speak a lot, I know.
Well, Nick, you think Jose will bring back Didier, Drogba, John Terry,
No,
Lampard?
he can't bring everyone.
Yeah, I think he would.
Not
You
everyone.
know. I think
If
he
anything,
would.
if anything, actually, Paul and Terry.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, don't forget they got Drogba's got his own things to do. He's very busy doing charity, going all over the world, helping poor kids, to play football and all that. We don't know. I don't think he's going to bring everyone. As far as we know, Ashley Cole and Paul Clement are the ones coming to help him right now. That's what I know. But I'm just guessing and hoping it's going to be Jose Mourinho. He's my first choice. But, because if it's a different manager, they might not like the idea of having Frank Lampard, but I don't think any other manager would say no to having Frank Lampard there because it'd be a massive help with the fans and everything. So that's in the future anyway, but we're happy he's here, of course. Let's go to you, JP. How you feel about Frank Lampard first?
I think it's good that the club has a manager now that the players not only that they can respect, but a lot of them look like they idolize him. Some of them being that they grew up Chelsea fans as kids. The one thing I do worry about is that if he is ready for this role, because let's not forget that he almost brought Everton down to relegation, and now we are dropping down further and further to the table. Yes, this was from Potter, and even without Potter, I know this was Bruno's one and only game as the interim manager until Lampard came in. But still, we are lacking in attack, and I would hope that Frank Lampard can have some type of influence in our attack, especially when it comes to likes of Joao Felix, to Kai Havertz, and I know a lot of people are speculating that this could help out Mason Mount's bounce back with his poor form, or even just playing again. But that all depends too. What is this going to mean for his contract negotiations? I do see that these players are going to back the manager. I just wonder if he's good enough to finish out the season strong enough to save ourselves from like even more embarrassment, and more importantly, can he take this team far in the Champions League? I mean, I know it's a tough thing to go against Madrid, just coming up smacking up Barcelona in the Copa del Rey. But now, not only that, then to face possibly Bayern or City, and then most likely facing Napoli at the end. It's not an easy road, and it's going to be a lot of challenges for Frank Lampard. So hopefully this man can do enough to at least win, like to save us from embarrassment.
Yeah.
But now, if he finds success, does that mean he will be signed permanently for the future, and then we just forget about Enrique, Nagelsmann, Ancelotti, which is another name that's been talked about? I would hope not. But then again, I would say this is where the fan base is divided, because if anyone who doesn't want Frank Lampard is just going to be labeled as you're not proper Chelsea. I don't care if that's the label we get. I just want my club to be successful, and I have doubts about Lampard about making these changes, but I do want him to be successful.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, JP. What do you take on this picture here? An old picture when Jose was in charge.
Man.
That's what I want to see for the future. I want to see Jose. I want to see Jose and Frank as his assistant. Imagine that Frank will learn a lot, and one day he will take over Chelsea. That's what I feel. Everyone, when I do say the Jose, a lot of people they think it's funny, or they laugh. It ain't gonna happen. But in football, anything can happen. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but this is what I want to happen. It'd be great for the club to bring back Jose and Frank to learn off him. You know what I mean? That's
Mhm.
my hope for Frank. And yeah, but yeah, I know it could be Enrique, it could be Nagelsmann. We don't know. They talk. He could be someone else. Could be Pochettino. At the
Would you take
moment, they don't know.
Ancelotti?
Yes, yes, of
Mm.
course. Yeah, of course. Another great manager of us, ex-manager, who's tough. He knows the club. He knows how to get the results. He knows the fans. So not Jose, but for me, Jose is more Chelsea than anyone.
Hmm.
Um, that's what I want to see. But let's see what happens. For the time being, it's a good what the owners did, bringing in Frank for the rest of the season. Like he said, I'm here for the rest of the season. I'm not looking further than that. He said, if and that's up to them what they do after. Of course, the guy, he had a big break, time to think, and he's so happy to be back. You can see it. When I saw him, managing Everton, he looked very sad, very down. So I'm very pleased for him, very glad. Yeah, um, yeah. Uh, just put in a few pictures, some old ones here. Here he is, one of our greatest players ever, JP. I don't know where Dios has got to. He was here,
Yeah,
slipped
probably
out.
just signal issues.
Yeah, he'll be back. Yeah, so yeah, I understand what you're saying. I understand fans saying it won't be a good idea, even if we win the Champions League, to keep Frank Lampard as for the long term manager. But imagine if we win the if he does go and win the Champions League,
Hmm.
uh, they can't say to him, "Thanks, Frank, goodbye." So they're gonna have to think carefully. For me, the best thing is bring the top manager and keep
Hmm.
him so he can learn.
As the
Yeah, go on.
assistant, yes, yes, like have him learn. That's why Arteta's has the winning tactics,
Exactly.
the right
Yeah,
mentality, because he learned from one, if not the best managers in all of it. I don't want to say all of history, but at least of modern time, like football, Pep Guardiola. And now look at him. He's besting his mentor. This is what Frank needs. And whether
yeah,
it's Jose, whether it's Ancelotti, I this would benefit him. And then once their time is gone, because this if it was the likes of Ancelotti or Jose, they don't have much time left as manager. And by then, Frank can take the reins, be the proper manager that we need. Could be better than Arteta than what he's doing now, but who knows? That all depends on with what players we have for the future. All these players are signed for long-term contracts. We
yeah,
could have something special, but it all depends on whether the ownership take the right steps, and more importantly, what Vival uh, is advising the board to do, because
yeah,
he was a big factor, if I'm not mistaken, to getting rid of Potter. That wasn't really
for
more of the bully or anything.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Uh, it was a relief for everyone when Graham Potter was finally sacked. He was coming. We were saying it before. We were waiting. It was it wasn't a time bomb waiting to explode, and it did.
Mm-hmm.
Um, could have happened a bit earlier, but never mind. Uh, that we could have been, further up the table if it happened earlier, but we don't know for sure. But I think with Frank coming, the players are going to be more happy. A lot of them, most of them, yeah, I think all of them, they know what a player he was and what a legend, and and he did manage Chelsea. He did manage us good. The first, when he first come, he steadied the ship. The crowd were loving it, and he didn't do too bad. He had all the restrictions. We couldn't buy players,
Right.
and he brought in the great players like he did. Rich James, Mason Mount,
Mm-hmm.
Gurhey, and the rest of them. It
Tamori, I
was
think, was there
Frank
too.
Tomori, yeah,
I
and
mean, jeez.
he done great, really. It didn't work out because the next season the results started to fall. But and they thought let's we bring Thomas Tuchel, which I got. Frank Lampard will become a great manager one day. He needs to, like we said, he needs to learn from a top coach like Pep, like Arteta did. Yeah, you said a great point there. Deals, you back?
Yeah. I had to take a phone call. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah. So big up to Blue Blood. Yeah, he's
Big up
happy.
Blue
Great
Blood.
news
Big
that
up Blue
Frank
Blood.
Lampard is back. Big up to you. Deals. How you feel now? I know
I
when we
feel
talked
very
last
confident now.
time.
I feel very
Yeah.
confident about the
Are you
situation.
happy now?
Yeah, 100%. I'm happy that we got someone in the build.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Nick, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry about that because someone's ringing my phone. My friends are ringing my phone. I've rejected it.
God. Yeah.
Yeah. What's it called? Yeah. The situation, obviously, Frank Lampard coming back, old legend. I feel that yes, we needed someone in right now, but you see the elite managers. I don't feel that they should have. They maybe said something to Todd Bowley. How do we know that what the elite gaffers said to them? They might have said to them, you can't join now. There's a time and place where I can come in the summer, and
Yeah.
maybe that's what's been said.
Yeah, I think it's both ways. I think
Yeah.
it's the other way around. I think they need time to think properly, and that's I'm glad of that. I'm glad they didn't rush and bring anyone in, even Enrique. I know Enrique was available, Nagelsmann was available, but I think Nagelsmann probably is not ready. He wants time to
I think they panicked a little bit and they thought, hang on here, who can we get as someone that knows Chelsea? Lampard was the only one.
They thought, we'll give them time. They discussed it, the whole board. It will give them time to talk to everyone. This is the best idea. Since Bowley's come, this is the big thing is done, and to rectify his mistakes.
I think it'll get all the fans on side. Either.
Oh yeah, I think he has now. Yeah.
Even the situation, Nick. Yeah. Another thing as well. Yeah. What I want to say is, win, draw, lose. Yeah. No matter what the situation, we've been through this shit situations this season because of the situation with Potter coming in. So no matter what out the situation with Frank Lampard coming in, like we should support him no matter what, no matter what the situation. Yeah, we've been through a shit situation, so like we have to come out of this situation by supporting Frank Lampard to the end.
Yeah, and look,
proper show.
Just put the picture. Look at him. That's what we're gonna get again. He's back.
100%. He loves the fans, bro. He loves the fans.
He's the club. He's Chelsea. He's one of us. That's why we love him so much. I'm glad he's back. I can't wait to go to the bridge now. Hopefully, the next home game I'll be there against Brighton. I'll be. I should be there. What a reception! Yeah,
please let us know how that is. I gotta know how Stamford Bridge is gonna be once you see Frank Lampard.
I will. JP, I will take video. I will take videos for you. Don't worry.
Yeah, come out to the Real Madrid game. I don't know yet. I don't know.
Depending on you have a ticket, deals. You have a ticket, don't
Not
you?
Yet. Not yet.
All right. Oh
Not
yeah.
Yet.
Not do I.
I want to see what happens in the first leg.
Yeah, first leg. Whatever happens, we lose, win. Hopefully we get a draw and we have a chance. Because you can imagine if we have a chance, even if we lose 1-0. The crowd are going to be crazy. Our crowd will be, so electric. In the second leg, we can go and win it, like we did to Dortmund. I know Real Madrid is not Dortmund, but we played great against them last time. Don't forget, it's mostly the same players with a few additions, good additions, mind you. Fernandes.
Yeah, we got new additions in the midfield. I think Kante and Enzo for that game. I think they're going to be vital.
I want to see how Fofana's going to play for him too.
Yeah, we're gonna do the Real Madrid Monday probably with the Wolves reaction. We can concentrate on the Wolves game tomorrow.
Yeah, the
Uh,
Wolves
think
game.
think about your lineups. I don't know if you have a lineup, but what I heard from Frank, everyone's fit apart from Thiago Silva. Hopefully, he could be back for the second leg if we're lucky. Thiago, I think, should be back for the second leg. I'm not sure for next Wednesday, but
I
yeah,
heard that he's back from 1st of April. That's what I heard last time.
yeah, but I mean,
Unless they
back
speeded up
100.
his process.
Yeah, I mean, back
Yeah.
ready to play. That's what I'm talking about. I think he could be back by the second leg myself.
And what's going on
Um,
with Badi's Shield? Is he injured? Because why hasn't he been playing for the
but the
last
shoe
two
is okay.
matches?
No, he's okay. Pollard just didn't pick him.
But you
He's not
put
injured.
Cucurella. I'll say this:
Cucurella,
Cucurella did have a good game against not Villa, of
yeah,
course, not Villa, but I think it was
yeah, he did. We were saying he
it,
had a good game, really. Uh,
I think it was either
Everton
Leicester or
was a
Everton.
disaster.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was one of
he
the
was
he had a really good game. I just don't remember what it was, but definitely not Villa or Everton. But it might have been the Leicester
Everton.
game that he just like, oh, he might find his spark. Jeez.
Against Liverpool, he was good. Yeah, they all played good for me. We just couldn't score. We just That's why another reason they brought Frank Lampard,
Mm.
because as we know, he's he's our top scorer uh, of in our history. So and he's a midfield player. He was,
Hmm.
he's going to teach him, I think, to shoot properly. They were doing that to. I don't know if you saw the JP, saw the training or deals. I was watching
Yeah,
Finally
I
it.
saw
back
the
to
training. I
proper
saw it. I
training.
saw it. Everyone's happy.
Yeah,
Back to
Everybody's
proper
happy.
training. No
Every single one.
11-11s.
yeah, and you see,
What do you
the
not think of
Jesus.
the Kepa situation? The Kepa situation. Do you feel that he's going to
Kepa
drop
is
him
number
or?
one. I think Kepa will start tomorrow.
He
You
has
think
to.
so?
Frank, yeah,
Over Mendy.
yes. Mendy, you
Absolutely.
Do you
can't just
remember the
drop.
problem? Do you remember the problem? Do you actually
Mm.
remember the problem with Kepa and Lampard? Do you actually remember that,
No,
Nick?
but that time, Dilsey was different. That time, Kepa was making mistakes. He
Hmm.
lost his girlfriend. He was depressed. You could see it. And now he's a different Kepa. Don't forget, since he's come back,
More
he's been different.
more
There's
mature.
no reason you can't drop Kepa. Just put Mendy back like that. For me, to drop Kepa, to bring Mendy back, Kepa has to have a really bad game. For me, he has to start tomorrow. Yeah, he's our number one right now. But yeah, let's see. I'll be shocked if Frank drops Kepa.
A lot of people are saying that he's going to be dropped. A lot of
That's
people
what
are
they
saying that
say
he's.
because
Well, I
what
think
happened
that's
last.
speculation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they all say that because they know Frank dropped him last time. But no,
Yep.
for me, he's not. He's not. Frank knows what's going on. He didn't come to the club since he got sacked, but he's been watching every single Chelsea game,
One
and
hundred percent. He's not.
he
He's not.
knows
He's
who's
not dumb. He's not. He's
oh,
not dumb. What's
no,
gonna
and he knows who's
escalate at the
on
club.
form and who's not. Yeah, Kepa will be played for me number one tomorrow. Um, think about your lineups. We go into it soon. Plus everything else. Um, um, yeah, I haven't made my lineup yet. I'm still thinking. Um, yeah, if anyone else comes on later, they always come late, but they can give us a
Nick, what's your
lineup.
thoughts on what Todd Bowley and Egbali's said about Lampard's appointment and what they actually said?
Yeah, I think what they said is what we've been saying. Uh, they knew the mistakes they made with first of all sacking Tuchel and bringing Graham Potter. They realised it was the wrong choices.
We said it
And
though, Nick. We said it from the minute he
yeah,
joined. The minute
we
he
said it,
joined,
and
there was issues. There was issues.
because they did that, and they knew they lost the fans a lot. Like you, like me, we were going me crazy, and they can hear everything we say. Don't forget, they know what the fans are like, and they can see that in their reaction after um, the Everton draw wasn't good. And they can, they're not stupid. They know. So they thought they'd bring Frank. They called Frank and they told him the situation. They told him we got rid of Potter, this and that. He probably told them, "Yeah, you done the best thing," and and Frank didn't say anything bad. He can't say anything bad about Graham
Nick,
Potter.
apparently they told Lampard weeks before. Apparently they told Lampard weeks before they was in discussions. Apparently,
Yeah, I see your message, JP. No, don't worry, no problem. Yeah, when you have to go, you don't worry. Yeah, I see. I just saw your message. Yeah, and I think, and they because of the mistakes they made, they thought, they were thinking, who better than Frank Lampard? He's not working, he's free, and they simply called him. And they called him, and of course, he said it himself. Once they called me, I came. I would never say no to Chelsea, he said. So, yeah, it's all good right now. Let's hope, we're going to get a result. Imagine we haven't won for a while. Be great to see Frank to go to Wolves and the players
Nick,
show us
the last time we won in Wolves is with Frank Lampard.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you remember when
So
Tammy Abraham scored?
Yeah.
Mason Mount scored. Tomori
So
scored.
let's hope that happens again. I'm sure we can. I'm backing us to win. I'll tell you my prediction after. Yeah. And let's JP. Do you have a lineup before you go?
Yeah, I'm typing it up right now.
Okay.
It's pretty much it's gonna be similar to what we saw last or versus Liverpool, but I just worry about having Kai up top because I honestly think he needs to start playing his false nine and play more behind
with Frank
the striker.
Lampard. He could be back to the 4-3-3 formation, maybe.
Right, because he doesn't use the back three system, but right
We
now I
don't
don't know
know,
if I
yeah.
trust a back four with James not pushing us as
Yeah,
far as he
we will
usually
see.
does.
Yeah.
But if it's a 4-3-3, then the only difference I would do
I
is
see you got it. You put it out here. I'll see. Yeah, 3-4-3. You're going. Is it?
Yeah, but if we go to a 4-3-3, which is what was it not too cool. Lampard usually likes to go with, then the only difference I would do is take out Koulibaly and then have Kovacic in the middle instead. So it'll be two pivots with Conte and Kova, and then have Enzo Gomorrah up front. And then you have Joao and Mudryk. But
I think your back three is what I want. James Fofana, Badescu, for sure. They have to play for me as well.
It's all about the attack. That's going to be the big question mark because was anyone really impressed with Kai versus Liverpool?
Kanté, yes.
Oh, I wasn't JPT. I feel to be fair with
nobody
Kai Havertz,
was.
Yeah.
Havertz was
shocking.
You see Kai Havertz, I think he had a terrible performance, but so did
I want him
Cover as well. So did Cover.
I want him to be benched tomorrow just to rest him.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw even Aubameyang was training. Fofana. So I hope he puts one of them.
I wouldn't mind seeing Didi if he.
Yeah. I lost you for a while.
Or can get out of Didi Fofana if he's gonna try to be like the next Drogba at Chelsea.
I think he should get more minutes. He hasn't been played enough for me. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, guys. So I have to head out. Nick, thank you for having me on here.
Big up JPT, my brother.
Big up deals, bro.
What's your? Just tell me before you go your prediction.
I'm not going to be overzealous to say to blow Wolves out the water. That's not. The last time Lampard at one of his last matches, we did lose to Wolves 2-1 off a last minute winner. I don't see that really happen right now. The Wolves are looking more like I won't be surprised if they end up being relegated, but
they're coming back a bit. They're playing a little bit better, I think.
They have been. They have been.
Yeah,
I just don't know if it's enough. I know they're just on 14th. Only what? That's
yeah.
embarrassing.
I
Only
tell
11
you what.
points below us.
Yeah.
But they're only 1 point away off of relegation. It's a close
Wolves.
battle for relegation.
Yeah, Wolves are at 14th place, and they have 26 points. Yeah, I mean they're all close down there. From even Palace in 12th place, all the way down to Southampton. It's not many
There's
points different. Leeds have
only 4.
Palace
or 5.
30 points. I think they're all right. But Leeds 29 points. Then it's Wolves 28, 27 points. 4 clubs: West Ham, Everton, Forest, Bournemouth, and you got Leicester and 25 and Southampton 23. So Wolves, they know they're not safe yet. They're going to fight for their lives against us, for sure. They always give us a hard game. Don't forget. Even at Chelsea, they give us a hard
Nick,
game.
the big question is he gonna start? Is he gonna start Mason Mount? I think he is. I think he's gonna start Mason Mount.
We're going to see. I'm not putting Mount in my lineup. I think he shouldn't. The best for Mason Mount is to be a sub for me, because the other players have been playing good. Who are you going to drop for Mount? Felix?
It would only have to be Joao or.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to start though. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
We gotta give that contract ready then.
Yeah. Well,
I think JPT. I think he will sign a new deal, but it depends.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation. It depends. It depends. Obviously, Lampard. Remember, Mason Mount's best time at Chelsea.
He talked about Lampard. You see, he talked about him. He said, I know Mason. I brought, he's a great lad, great player. He's, what we're saying, he's a great Chelsea player, and he's a great lad and everything. We know Frank Lampard made Mason Mount at Derby. But would he start him straight away? I'm not sure. Yeah,
he has to be careful because then that could just show favoritism over what the club is.
I don't think that's what. I don't think it's because of favoritism. Simply, other players are better, are better than him. That's why.
Oh no! I'm saying if he were to put Mount or Shea in the lineup. But one thing is that if he were to resign because Lampard here, is he willing to take a pay cut than he's really wanted? Because if he's denying 180,000 a week,
that's up to Mason Mount.
That's up to Mason.
Yeah, Frank Lampard's going to talk to him about the playing side. You've been out of form. That. He's going to try and get him better, make him better. That's all. The contract's up to him. I think JP's gone.
Yeah, JPT's gone. Big up JPT, man.
Yeah, big up JP. Yeah. So, have you thought about your lineup deals?
Yeah, I thought about my lineup. I've got 4-4-3. I've
4-4-3. Yeah.
Yeah, 4-4-3. No, 4-3-3. So I've got Mendy in goal.
Really good.
Right back, I've got Reece James.
Yeah.
Right centre back, I've got Badiashile. Left centre back, I've got Wesley Fofana. Left back, I've got Chilwell. And then in the middle, I've got Enzo, and I've got Kante. And then the cam, I've got Mason Mount. Right winger, I've got Sterling. Left, I've got Mudryk. And as a striker, I've got Aubameyang.
Okay. I put Mason Mount here. I put him up when we played Wolves with Frank Lampard at Wolves. You see?
Was that with Frank? No, that was last year. That was with Tuchel.
Was it Tuchel or Frank?
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, last year.
December. It was December.
This is the Mason Mount we want to see. He can be he's a great player, but he's lost his confidence. And I really think, Frank Lampard is going to make him play great again. If anyone can make him play, it's Frank Lampard.
It's his
but I
third
don't
time
know.
managing him.
Yeah,
Nick. It's his third
and he
time.
knows
So
he knows how to manage him. He knows what to say to him.
yeah,
I can even see him staying now, with because of Frank. Uh,
yeah.
if Frank gets like an assistant job next season, Mason Mount ain't going nowhere. You
No,
watch.
100%, 100%. I think
I
that
can see it.
he's 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 put in a lot of performances that we know that he can perform as. But I
Yeah,
think he's dropped form. So many players has dropped form because of Potter. You know.
exactly. There's Rhys James here. We see,
Yep. Yep.
uh, like he's gonna. Yeah, Rhys James is getting there. Let's hope tomorrow he's on his best form, and I'm sure we can beat Wolves. And here we have
And
even
Pulisic
Pulisic.
and Pulisic. He got the best out of Pulisic when Lampard was manager as well.
Yes, he likes Pulisic. Yeah, Pulisic is good. I see him training, and he was so happy today. Most of them were happy because it's Frank Lampard, really.
Yep, it's a
Uh,
legend that they know that
yeah,
he's a legend. He's a role model to most players. So
yeah,
like they're happy to have someone like that as their manager. You know.
yeah. Blue blood is saying Fofana is right-footed. Badia Shaw is left-footed. So I
Oh
have
yeah,
the
sorry, my bad, my
yeah.
bad.
We got about yeah, yeah. You
I
understand?
put Badishil as a left centre back and Wesley Fofana as right centre back. My bad, my bad.
Yeah, yeah. That was still as forgot. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, big up Blue Blood. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, so yeah, great pictures. Let's. I'll say what I think the lineup should be in a second as well.
Yep,
I
yep.
was waiting for all the others to come in, but I know it's a Good Friday today, English Easter.
Yeah, and
Uh,
off work and that. Yeah, I know, I know.
yeah, it's a bank
Everyone's
holiday.
celebrating.
Maybe they're gone out. People go out and all that. For me, it's not my Easter. It's next week. Deals.
Oh, is
Greek
it?
Easter, yeah, because I'm a Christian Orthodox.
Yeah,
We're next week. Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
No, I hear that, man.
Yeah. Let me just take Pulisic out for a bit. Yeah. I'll say my lineup as well. Yeah.
Nick, did you
Yeah.
see
For
what John
me.
Terry said?
Uh. What today or I do.
Yeah, he said
Uh,
today. He said today,
yeah. Go on.
everyone get behind Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
He's a legend at the club. Anybody that's disrespecting him, you're ashamed of yourself.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, so, but there won't be many. Most of the fans
Yeah,
are going to give him a great welcome. I guarantee you.
yeah,
The first home game, even against Wolves, our away fans are going to go crazy. They'll be
yeah.
singing the old songs. Super Frank Lampard, of course. Yeah, I'll guarantee it.
At least we get us
Yeah,
to say our last goodbyes to him as well, like our legend. Like
yeah,
we get to say our last goodbye. You know,
of course.
it's good.
Yeah, for me, deals. I'm going. Let's see. Uh, yeah, 3-4-3. I'm going Kepa. I'm
Yeah,
sure he has to play. Kepa has to start
yeah,
at all costs for me. Koulibaly in the middle. Badiashile on the left.
yeah.
Um, Fofana Fofana, yeah, on the right. That's the back three. Kepa and
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Uh, uh, and I'm going Rhys James, of course. Right, there's no question about it. Rhys James, right wing back, and
100%.
Chilwell, Chilwell left wing back. I like to see Lewis Hall on the bench. I want to see him get some chances.
Yeah,
Yeah, and but he has to be Ben Chilwell. We have
has
to
to
go with
be.
the best team. In the middle, it's going to be Enzo, Kanti, of course, and Culver. They run the midfield against Liverpool.
Nick,
Uh,
do you think he will do take off the bench of like 45 minutes in or something like that soon? Because
yeah.
obviously he's gonna have Real Madrid in mind, you know?
Oh yeah. It depends how the game goes. first of all, we want to beat Wolves. We have to try and get into a Europa place. We can't get top four. Europa place is up for grabs if we win, start getting a little run going. We beat
Yep.
Wolves and Brighton, we're up there again. For the fifth or sixth place, I would say. Fifth will be hard, but it's not impossible. Yeah, so I'm going for, like the Liverpool game, I'm going for Kovac and Enzo, of course, in the middle. And
Wise
up
choice.
front,
Oh, wise choice. Wise
yeah,
choice.
and up front, for me, Havertz, I'm not going to put Havertz. Havertz has to have a rest. I hope Frank sees he's tired and everything. He needs a rest. And I want to see, it's hard to choose. Could it be Aubameyang with Felix? Oh, Felix has to start. Felix with Aubameyang or Detro Fofana.
You know
I
what? I
don't
want to
mind.
see that. I want to see that because
Which one?
João Felix has been creating a
You
lot.
know, I don't mind which one. One, I want Detro to, well, no, I will start Aubameyang with Felix. Detro can come off the bench. I want to see him starting to get minutes. If Aubameyang and Felix is not working, then you bring Detro on. That's what
Yeah,
I want to see.
yeah. I keep on
Havertz,
hearing that Wolves keep on are gonna defend
yeah,
and part the bus. So if
you
that's
know,
the case, we need to go out all attack.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. Let's see what the yeah. Oh, Becca, thanks for coming. Becca, Rashid, you say the lineup Frank picks tomorrow will probably be the same against Madrid. Yes, I agree with you.
maybe.
Yeah, it could be. It must be, unless Thiago Silva. He won't be back for Wednesday. So yeah, he has to pick the
You never
best
know, Nick.
lineup.
You never know. He might be back. He might be back.
No,
You
not
never
for the
know.
Wednesday. Wednesday, impossible. He won't be on the bench either. For the second leg, maybe, yeah. But I don't think he'd be back. Yeah, I would like to see that, Rashid, because it's very important to get that team, winning mentality. We get that team. Frank picks tomorrow. Goes, yeah, we're going to beat Wolves, and we're ready for the
Yep,
massive game on Wednesday. And
100%.
we mustn't lose by too many goals. That's all. So I think we can do it. We can go there, even win 1-0. I wouldn't be shocked. Real Madrid are Real Madrid, but we are Chelsea. We can beat anyone.
No matter
Yeah.
the result tomorrow, if we win by a high score line or low
We need
score line,
confidence. So
it will
we
boost
have
our
to,
confidence, like you said.
yeah, deals. We need to go and beat Wolves to get that confidence going for Real Madrid. That'd be great. So, yeah, I agree with Becca Rashid here. Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, so that's my lineup. I want to see Aubameyang start and Detro Fofana come off the bench if needed. I'll say if needed. Imagine if Aubameyang was playing against Liverpool, I'm sure he would have got at least two goals. The
Yep,
chances we had
100%.
were easy chances. God,
They were
uh,
easy chances, but like you said, Nick, like we needed a number 9 in
yeah,
all times. Like even the dumb decisions that Potter was making in the Champions League lineup, he should have put a Bamyang or some number 9 in that lineup.
yeah, for
You
sure.
know, and that
Yeah,
could cost us. You know, Nick. That could cost us. You know,
yeah,
for
yeah. So
that dumb
yeah,
decision of lineup for the UCL. He should have at least put a number 9 in that lineup.
I
Yeah,
know.
and that can cost us.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see what happens. I'm sure Frank will do something.
Yep.
I have full faith in him to get the right team out tomorrow.
So do I.
Uh,
I have full faith that he can actually put a team together and actually go out there and beat Wolves because he
let's
knows how to beat Wolves there. You know.
yeah. Blue Blood is saying if Lampard picks the same side, he chooses against Wolves, then players like Aubameyang and Detron Fofana will not start as not in the UCL squad. Yeah, thanks Blue Blood for reminding me. Yeah, because thanks to Potter, Aubameyang is not in the squad. nor is Deschamps Fofana. So yeah, so that's a good point. God, deals. You
Nick, what's
see,
your thoughts on Cucurella?
he had a good game against Liverpool.
Yeah.
He had a much better game. He actually done, stop some. He done some great tackles. Actually, yeah.
No, he actually
Uh,
done some great tackles. There was a time
I
when
want to see
Jota
him
was
have continuous 2, 3 great games, not one on, one off.
Yes, yes. You're spot on there. I think you're spot on there.
So
He needs to stop.
what do you think we're gonna do now? You see the common deals. We forgot about if Aubameyang. He can't play in the Champions League. He's not in the squad. Nor is Detro.
So he put someone. I think you have in mind of Havertz or Felix as a number 9.
Well,
He
Felix,
can
we said
change it
he's
up.
starting.
You can change it up.
Yeah, for me, Blue Blood, I will go for. Is that that's the case? Yeah. So Wednesday, we have to play. Even tomorrow, maybe get the team going. Get ready.
I've been
Play
screaming
together.
out for Felix to be as a number 9, though, Nick. I've been screaming it out for a minute now that
Yeah.
Felix should be as a false 9.
So I will put Felix, and I will go with the 3 up top. I have to change the formation. I'll go top, Mudryk, Felix, and Meduki.
I like that, Nick. I
Yeah,
like
that's
that
what I will
still. I
do.
like that.
A Blue Blood. You see what I'm trying to do. So then it's gonna be a 2 midfield. It won't be all 3 of them. So for me, it's gonna probably be Kanté and Fernandes.
Yeah.
So we can get that line up. The back stays the same. So that's what I would do because we can't play Aubameyang and Detro. Let's see. Let's see what the way Frank is going to be thinking tomorrow. He could be thinking like us about the Real Madrid. Let's see.
I think he will base stuff on training as well. That's what I like about Lampard, because
Of course, he will
Lampard
see today they had a
Lampard
long
will
training.
analyze. He will analyze who's playing well in training and who's not playing well. He's not very favoritism. He's not going to be like that, like how Porter was.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the way he was making his notes, they were training. He will do what he thinks the best team by the help. It won't be just him. The help of the trainers as well.
Nick, did you see the rules list for if you turn up late and the fines list that Lampard done last time?
Sorry.
Did you see the fines list of if you
Oh
turn
yeah,
up late?
yeah.
Did you see it?
Good. Yeah, so that's what you have to do that because you have to be strict.
I doubt Potter done that when he was in charge.
No, Potter,
dumber and
Potter
dumber.
didn't. Potter didn't bother. He was here for the money. We all know. He didn't even think about it. God.
Yeah.
Blue Blood. Make your predicted lineup if you want, like Rashid here. I'm gonna put Rashid's lineup. He's going 3-5-2. 3-5-2 formation in Madrid. 3-4-3 in the second leg. Yeah, Frank likes pacey wingers. Yes, for sure. Yeah, we forgot Sterling is available. Yeah, Mudryk and Sterling. So
I think the more we use Mudryk and Mudieke, Nick.
Yeah.
I feel that they're gonna be developed, but they're still learning. Because they're young, very young, like you said.
Yeah. So it could be for me. Maybe Sterling will play on Wednesday for sure because more experience.
More experience. Yeah.
I'll get that, Rashid. Yeah. That's a good comment. So let's just hope we go and win tomorrow. Bobby's around. Well, in the chat that is.
Big up, Bobby. Proper Chelsea, man. Big up. ETC.
Coming soon. So, we stick around. Bobby's coming as well. So, I won't do the predictions for the rest of the games. We're going to do all the predictions like we always do, for the fixtures tomorrow and Sunday. If Blue Blood, you want to make your predicted lineup for tomorrow, and you, Becca, Rashid.
Nick, did you
You
see?
can do
Did
it.
you see?
Make your
Joby
lineups and
McHale.
we put it up. Yeah, sorry.
Nick, did you see Joby McHale's interview? Or he done it on the radio in Dubai. He spoke about the old times at Chelsea.
Oh, no, I didn't see it. Not yet.
I'm gonna send
No.
it to you. I'm gonna send it to you. What he spoke. He spoke
Oh
about
yeah.
how Mourinho made players cry and that. He
Oh
made
yeah.
Salah cry. He made Salah and De Bruyne cry when De Bruyne was at our club, and Salah.
Yeah, he would. So they learn. They were young players, don't forget at the time. And look at Mikel. He turned him. See what he did to him. How turned him into a great midfielder. Um,
Nick, if it's out of Ancelotti and Mourinho coming back here, who you taking?
Mourinho. For me, I told you,
Well,
he's my number
over
one.
Ancelotti.
Oh yeah, number one choice is Mourinho. For me,
Okay. No, I hear
Ancelotti
you.
probably second choice. Yeah, for sure, second choice. Yeah, and probably Enrique third choice.
You see Enzo Fernandez, Nick. Yeah, you know the way he was playing in Benfica. The reason why he was playing like that is because he had a DM aside him. We
Yeah,
haven't got a DM at our club at the moment, and once we
mm.
get a DM, we will see the real Fernandez, 100%.
Yeah, but even with Kanté there now, it will help him a lot because
Yep.
Kanté does all the work. He's going to be everywhere. Kanté's everywhere.
That's why I feel that Kante
Yeah,
should be in the middle of the park before Enzo Fernandez. I think Enzo Fernandez should be on the other side going up attacking,
yeah, but that's his
whereas Kante should
position.
be in the
He
DM.
likes to be in the middle.
Yeah,
Kanté's up and down, box to box. He will do his work. No one can do the work like Kanté does. But we have to be careful we don't overplay him as well. His age and all that. We don't want him injured, especially for the Real Madrid
like you
games.
look at the prices that
Yeah,
Mudieke and Badashil came in that year. I feel that look at them prices, them sort of deals in the summer again. Like I
mm,
feel them sort of deals, like 40 million, 30 million deals are good, you know.
yeah,
But then so are the high prices deals because you look at Enzo. Enzo's come at the right price, you know.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, um, yeah. We done our lineups. Talked about Frank. Talked about the Wolves game. Yeah. For me, it won't be easy, but we can win.
How
Uh,
many wins do you reckon, Nick? Realistically, under Lampard,
let's
do you think we can get? Realistically,
well, let me go through the games again. Our fixtures. Hold on. Right. Uh, Fixtures. Right. So we got Wolves tomorrow. Right. That's one. Let's hope we win that. Then Real Madrid on Wednesday away. Then we're at home to Brighton. Brighton won't be an easy game. They're on top form.
I think it's gonna be a draw. That one, I think it's gonna be a draw.
Well, we can win. We can win really if we play like we should. Brighton, they're a good team. They're already beaten us. Um, yeah, we got Brighton in the middle, and then we got Real Madrid on Tuesday. That's the next
I
three
think we'll
games.
beat Real Madrid. I think we'll beat Real Madrid,
Then
but we'll draw to Brighton.
okay, then we go into then we have Chelsea against Brentford,
We'll
26th
beat
of
Brentford.
April.
We'll beat Brentford. We'll beat them.
They're playing good as well. But nothing's easy, no game. But we should. So all right, forget the Champions League games, right? So if we can beat Wolves, that's one. If we can beat Brighton, two. Then we got Brentford. If we can do that, that's a great run. Three, wins. Imagine. Then we go to Arsenal, our old enemy, on a Saturday 5:30 kickoff, end of the month, 29th of April. Arsenal Chelsea.
We're gonna smash them. We're gonna
Yeah,
smash them.
we
Yeah. Hey,
can look if
listen,
we're on form.
Nick.
Yeah,
Nick, we're gonna
imagine if we
beat
would.
them, bro. We're gonna
Yeah,
beat them. You know the reason why we're gonna beat them, yeah?
yeah,
Because we got super Frank,
yeah.
super.
It could be, and not only that. Say we, because if we win, if we beat Brighton, Brentford, before we play Arsenal.
No,
Be some
we will be
confidence.
fired up for that one, Nick. I
Yeah,
think
and
we'll be
if
fired
somehow
up
we
for that one.
manage, and imagine if we're in the semi-final as well of the Champions League, they'd be fired up. We can go and stop Arsenal winning the league.
100%. That'll
Then
be an atmosphere. That will be an atmosphere.
That's
yeah?
the next
That
sort
will
of
be
game.
an
We ain't got many
atmosphere.
games. Then
Yeah.
we have Man United's been postponed, rearranged. We don't know when. We have to play them away. Then we have Bournemouth
Well,
away.
the old toilet. We're playing them at the old toilet at Old Trafford.
Yeah, that's gonna be rearranged. Bournemouth, we got Bournemouth away. Then we have Forest at home. We have Man City away, and the last game of the season is Newcastle at home. So we have a great chance. If we win, we get a run game. We can
We've
get
got a lot of
Europa.
tough
Tough
fixtures.
games. Yeah, they're not easy.
Tough games,
no game. They're all tough, but we can do it. Let's see what Rashid's his lineup is. Rashid is putting Kepa, like I said, James, Fofana, Koulibaly, Badiashile, Chilwell, Kanté, Kova, Enzo, Felix, and Havertz. Sticking by Havertz, I see.
Let me remind people this,
Yeah.
Let me remind people this, right? Di Matteo, right, was a caretaker at West Brom.
Mhm.
He came in at Chelsea, and he's a Chelsea legend, right?
Yeah.
He won us the Champions League, right? You got Lampard, got sacked by Everton, right? And he's come to Chelsea, right? We can do remembrance of what happened years ago. Yeah, let's take it back to years ago and let's do it again. Yeah, let's do it again because let's have them haters in the mud. Yeah, that say that we're the underdogs, right, for the Champions League, like they did it with Bayern Munich, like they did it with Man City. And what did we do? We won it, right? So never count us out. Never.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I'll see what Rashid is doing, leaving Kanté. No, Kanté's there with Kova. Fernandes to have a rest. Fernandes, he's been playing every game. Keep him fit for the Real Madrid game. That's a good idea, really. Yeah.
Nick, is that your door?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it was my doorbell. It's like, yeah. So but why Havertz again? What don't you want to rest Havertz, Rashid? For me, Havertz has to be on the bench.
Yeah, he's got to be on the bench in this one still.
He has to. Maybe he will. It depends how Lampard saw him in training.
Yeah.
Maybe he saw him, doing well, and let's see tomorrow. And he's going. His prediction is 2-0 Chelsea. Yeah,
Nick, I can't see Lampard dropping Mason Mount. I don't see it happening. The reason why I don't see it happening is because
but he hasn't
his
played
number
yet.
one player,
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He can't go by, like you said, favoritism. He has to go.
No, I hear you. I do hear you about that, but I think
so. Who's
Lampard,
he going to drop? So who's going to be dropped from Mount? Tell me.
I think Coverable.
Yeah,
he
but
saw that performance of Cover the other day, and he probably thought, let's see Mount in that position.
I don't think so.
Most probably. Don't think so.
No, I told you Mason Mount be on the bench tomorrow.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see who's right tomorrow. But I want Frank to pick the team that that showed who played, the players who have been playing.
I think everyone, all the players will be happy to play. I think at the end of the day, they got something to prove to Frank Lampard that they want to play for him. Yeah, so I feel that all the players have got something to prove, and Lampard will test out everybody apart from Ziyech.
Yeah, there's not many games. He wants to try and win, if possible, all the last 9 games, but which he will try his best. But even if he doesn't, like I said before, even if he doesn't, and he, doesn't do great, it doesn't mean I don't want him to stay. End of the season, I want him to stay and be a coaching role or assistant. to whoever comes in.
No,
Be-
100%.
because
100%.
he
I
belongs. He
feel like we
belongs
need
at
someone.
Chelsea. He belongs.
Nick,
He loves the
like remember
club.
what I
Yeah,
said, Nick. Remember what I said.
yeah,
We need someone in the building that knows Chelsea, right?
yeah.
We haven't got that at the moment. Before,
No,
yeah.
yeah, and we always had that.
And that's why I said, yeah, we needed someone in the building. And look, we got someone in the building.
Exactly.
Super Frank.
Yeah, yeah. We still have Kudu Chini. He's still part of the trade.
Is it?
Yeah, he's
Kudicini
still
still
there.
there?
He's there as an ambassador, as a goalkeeper coach. He's doing, coaching as well there. He's still there, part of the team. Yeah, yeah. I was looking into that. He's still there. Yeah, what a goalkeeper he was at his time.
Realistically, though, Nick, yeah,
Yeah,
you look at the performances recently. Do you think
yeah,
Lampard will look at that as well? Do you actually think that Lampard will assist that?
yeah. Of course he will. He has to assess everything. Um, you know, he has to assess everything, and it's not easy for him. He's just come in.
Yeah,
Straight away, he has to get a team ready for Wolves. But he's loving it, I'm sure. So, yeah.
yeah.
Um, yeah, let's have a look at the league table, how it's going. So, Arsenal on top still, 72 points, but they played a game more than City, who have 64 points. So it's massive when they play each other. City have a game in hand.
I think City will grab the Premier League, Nick. Slightly. I think
it's
that
not.
City's gonna
They
grab the
have to
Premier
keep
League.
winning. They have to win every single game, and they don't have an easy game. Who they got? Oh no, they have Southampton away tomorrow, but that's not easy. Southampton are rock
No, I
bottom,
think
but
they'll beat Southampton. I think they'll
they,
brush away Southampton.
yeah, that's how it looks like. But I wouldn't be shocked if Southampton got a win even
Yeah, because they're in the
because
relegation side.
you know why? Because they have to win to stay up.
Yeah.
so
But so are Wolves. So are Wolves in the relegation
yeah, I
side.
mean, so Wolves. That's what I was saying. Yeah, let's welcome Olsen
Big
here.
up, Olsen. I hope you're well, my brother.
Can you hear us, Olsen?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes,
hear
I
you
can hear
good,
you, bro.
loud
We
and
can hear
clear.
you, man.
Okay.
How you guys doing today?
I'm doing
Yeah,
well, bro.
good,
Doing
good.
well. How are you? How are you?
I'm okay. I mean,
You excited about Lampard coming back to the Chelsea?
bro, it is what it is, man. I'm not even. I'm not
Yeah,
even.
that's what I've said as well. That's what I said. Our season's been done from the minute Potter came through the door, but we got something to fight for still, even though Lampard's in the building. You know. So, what's your thoughts on
Yeah,
the situation, though?
I think Olsen is great. He's back because you see the fans. They've changed their tune. It's got the fans together again. Everyone's happy. The players are happy. You see them training today. I don't know if you did. It looks it's good for the club. That's why they decided to do that. We don't like he said himself. He doesn't expect to be the next manager. Whatever happens, he's going to accept. He's here to, like I say, steady the ship. So it's good. It's great. Even if he wins the Champions League, doesn't mean it's gonna be hard for if say he wins the Champions League, it's gonna be hard for the owners to say, that thanks for your time, goodbye. I don't think it will happen. I think the least he will get is he will get a post at Chelsea as a coach or assistant, whoever comes in, and it'd be great for Lampard to learn off a great manager, like I'm hoping Jose Mourinho. But maybe I'm dreaming too much. But you never know. So,
Not dreaming, Nick. You're not dreaming because I did hear on some other day that Mourinho's a candidate
of
for
course he is.
contender.
They're talking to everyone. That's what I said. But let's welcome Bobby as well. Bobby, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, Nick. Big up, guys.
Big up to you. Yeah,
Big up,
so
Bobby. Hope you're well, bro.
me and
Yeah,
the
I'm
deals we
good.
set our lineups already for the Wolves game. But before we go to the Wolves game again, we go to Olsen for his thoughts on the decision to bring Frank Lampard in. How you feel about everything, Olsen? Then I go to
Pick up
Bobby.
Olsen.
Big up, Bobby. Yeah. So, like I already said, for me, I'm not too forced, and it is what it is. I just take it for exactly what it is on the surface level. Because, like you said, there's a whole lot of things going on, and to that reason, this is someone that can come in and be respected. Is a fan favorite and all of that. So it's just gonna keep the mood, uh, good for the remainder part of the season, and whatever we can do, we do. You know.
Yeah,
So I'm not really thinking too big on it. So, and like for me, I feel like the appointment itself from the owners was just for them to actually just buy them time and keep calm between the fan base for them to actually take time to make their decision. So hopefully they take time and make the decision and make the right decision with whoever the managers it is that they're speaking with right now.
yeah,
So like I said, I'm not expecting much from it. It's just I just felt like even on the surface level, if that was a possibility, then it should have been something they should have done even straight from the doorway. Like that extra step where we took when we had to have, Porter gone, and then they announce this Southall guy, and then couple one match later announce Lampard. Like it could
yeah,
have been that extra step probably wasn't even needed, because then it just make us look like we're just all over the place. Because they can't tell me that they've not seen signs that uh, things have been shaky with Porter, and I would have expected that they should have been making plans and having ideas in place, for in case they decide to pull the plug. And part of those would have been if the Lampard, for example, was an option, then immediately they got rid of Porter. That should have just been the announcement straight and be like, okay, this Lampard is going to take us for the rest of the season while we decide. All that extra step, like I said, for us putting in one other guy here and then coming in, because when they put in Southall, right, most people thought, okay, that's it. That's just someone that, just like Lampard situation now, that's just someone we not really expect. Like this season is what it is already. Nobody can really, I mean, we can dream about the Champions League, but nobody is really,
no,
really
yeah,
expecting.
I think. I'm sorry. I think
Yeah.
we all given up with the well, not the Champions League. I mean, top four, but the Champions League. Yeah, well, you never know.
Yeah, that's what that's what I
Yeah,
said.
I know. Sorry. Yeah,
Yeah, we can dream about it, but nobody. It's not like anybody will be disappointed if anything happens. Like if
no.
Madrid smack us in first leg and second leg, I don't think anybody will be disappointed. So
Yeah,
that's what I
we
felt
will
like.
be. Every time we lose a game, we're not happy, but we
Yeah,
will understand.
yeah, I know, I
Yeah,
know. That's not how I meant it, but yeah, I
I
get
know how
what
you mean. I know how
you. Yeah.
you mean. Yeah, we
So
won't be
it's just
so disappointed, like because
exactly,
we go through where we are this season. Yeah,
exactly. So it's just like
anything
this.
is a bonus
Yeah,
from now.
it's
Like
just like
if yeah,
okay. So it's
sorry.
just like it is what it is. So with the Lampard appointment, like I said, hopefully it just breeds the harmony, and the guys just try to salvage whatever they can from the season. I don't know how
Yeah,
that's gonna be possible, but you know, all I want is for me, like you said, another point that you touched on is that I'll be honest with you, Lampard is one of my favorite players of all time for Chelsea, right? Like he's top there. But at the same time, regardless of my bias, I would still say he's not someone I want us to be going into next
say
season as a permanent
yeah.
manager,
Oh yeah.
right?
I think
So
most. Yeah, sorry. I think most Chelsea fans agree. Some of them want him to stay and be the next manager, but I think most realistic fans like me, you, I'm sure Deals, even Bobby.
Yeah.
We need a
Yep.
top level manager.
Ocean.
Yeah,
I'm spot on there with you because
yeah,
Lampard is my favorite ever player for Chelsea Football Club back in the days. Yeah. So again, I'm being realistic. He's not going to be our Chelsea manager
no,
for next season.
Of
no.
course, that's what I'm saying. So,
The
you
only
know,
thing,
but the thing is, I just wanted to touch on something Nick said, right? The
yeah,
thing is, that's why I want these decisions to be made. Like, they've already done the first step where they've assigned Lampard till the end of the season, and we know it for what it is, right? So,
yeah,
before the end of the season, I expect whatever the decision for the permanent manager, I expect that to be made and announced in a way like, you know how, like, for example, like the Man U guy, or even with Guardiola when he came in, then announcement was already on out there that okay, this is the person taking over, and by then whoever that new manager that is being announced can even begin to come to the bridge and kind of observe, have an idea of what he's going to be, doing with the
mm,
squad, so that as soon as the season is over, he's already getting straight to work. Because
yeah,
in the end season, in the summer break, we're gonna have to do a lot of work. Because first off, whoever comes in now that wants to take charge of this crop of players to the next season has to know already who and who is going to go in with, and by so identifying, then we will be able to know, get on how we can quickly get rid of the ones we need to. Because I don't need someone coming in to start assessing, taking time out of that break period to assess. You know, so, and to touch on that last point, I just wrap it up with is that part of why I want that to even happen before the end of the season too is that, like you said, if, if the impossible happens, for
would you,
example, and
also,
this guy goes,
would
yeah,
you like to, sorry, would you like to see this next season? Uh,
honestly, I love that. I love that. Add John Terry into the mix. Add
uh,
John Terry into the mix.
yeah,
Like I would love that. That just be,
that's what I want to see. I want to see Frank next to Jose. Hopefully, so he can learn and become a great manager. It'd be
exactly.
great to
Yeah.
see him as an assistant. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter what happens now, but because he wants to be at Chelsea. You can see in his face, he wants. He doesn't want to be anywhere else. You saw how unhappy he was at Everton. And now you see him so happy. It'd be great if this happens, but if this could be the plan. You never know.
Yeah, so
Yeah, go ahead.
and that thing with the Champions League, right? What I was just gonna say about that was, imagine if the unthinkable happens and he wins the Champions League, and the new manager wasn't announced yet by then they would have that dilemma of having to, like, it would look harsh, right? To then
Exactly.
say, oh, at that point, we don't give you a chance to go ahead. And
Yeah.
which for me, like I said, even if he wins the Champions League, I still don't really want him to go ahead. I'll be honest, that's how I feel. I know it might sound ridiculous, but that's how I feel. Like, even if we were to
Yeah.
win a Champions League with Lampard, I still wouldn't think that it's the right decision for him to
No, I don't
go
think.
ahead.
Yeah, they asked him the question. You know, the media. They said to me, if you won the Champions League, um, uh, would the would you expect to be the new manager? He said no. He said, I would take game by game. If they asked me to stay, it'd be a bonus. He said.
Exactly,
So
but that's what I wanted to say. Like, he didn't outrightly decline that. That's not a possibility. He didn't outrightly decline it. He was just being a little coy there. So yeah.
yeah, yeah, great point, Olsen. Welcome, Reese, as well. I'll come to you. Welcome. Can you hear us?
Yeah, loud and clear, man. What's up? What's
Good.
up?
Yeah, I'll come to you after I'll go to Bobby. Yeah, we're doing the Wolves game. We were doing it with deals before. You you came, but we're going back to Frank Lampard's story. So I want to get your thoughts on Frank, all of you. Then we go back to the Wolves game. Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, big up, guys.
You go.
Frank, I think by default it's a good appointment. I know in the Chelsea fan base we've got so many what I now call season complainers. They complain about everything. Yeah. What do you expect these owners to do? Yes, they made a mistake with Potter. Now they don't want to make a mistake with the next person, and they think, rightly so, that the best time for the next person to start will be in the summer. They want to take their time. They don't want to rush. They don't want to just appoint someone because the fans say so, and just put them there. And who better to be an interim than a Chelsea legend like Frank Lampard? Now, I also understand with Frank is another Chelsea legendary coach, Paul Clement. Now, if
Yes.
that is fantastic. You know, Paul Clement, not only did he work with Ancelotti at Real Madrid, but
Yeah.
he's been at Chelsea. These are Chelsea people. And, you know, they're there to just hold things until the next person, whoever that is, and has been carefully vetted and selected. Now, you talk of a Lampard Mourinho partnership. Well, I don't know if Lampard will take being a number two after being, you know, a head coach for so long. I don't know. I am not sure. But all the same, you know, let him enjoy the moment. Like everyone else, I don't really want him to continue in the main job because I think the main job needs an elite manager and the main job needs somebody that can be there to build a proper strong team. I'm not saying Frank can't, but he's got some experience now, but you know, is that enough? Because from his last couple of managerial outings, he tends to fade with time, whereas we want somebody to be stronger with time. I just before, you know, as you know, I'm working. I'm around the bridge at the moment, but and that's another story.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, I
Yeah.
I was listening to Mikel's interview
Oh,
on
yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
He gives
Uh,
quite a few of those, and you know, someone like him, it's a shame, you know, he's not.
Bobby, he done one today. He done
oh,
one
you
Yeah,
don't want
today.
to do. You have to, yeah.
yeah, I think that's the one I listened to, and same. Someone like him doesn't sort of want to slowly go into coaching or punditry correctly because he's, you know, he talks from a position of lived experience. And he said
Exactly.
something
Yeah.
that was which is priceless. He said something that was so true and so important for the new manager coming in to build. He said all these young players, all these players, there's no core. There's nobody really holding the traditions that they had. That, you know, if you come to Chelsea, you know you're going to meet when he was there. You're going to meet Lampard. You're going to meet Terry. You're going to meet Drogba. You're going to meet Czech. They were the he called them the cabal, but you know they were the core of the team, and they were the people that would, you know, he said they were brutal sometimes, and if you weren't up to it, you'd soon know it. Now, I kind of beg to differ a little bit. I think Chelsea can produce that with Reece James. I think Enzo, when he learns to speak English, is going to be part of that core. Unfortunately, we don't have a proper keeper yet. You know, we've still got. I know. Kepa is very vocal. You know, he you know, G's up the team, but he doesn't have that enough personality on the pitch for me. So there are
Yeah.
some players
True.
there already, and Mason Mount would be among if he didn't have this silliness with his contract. But you know, there are people there, but they're not yet a core, and you know, a new manager can build a core. I hope Frank builds a core. The only concern I have with Frank is that when he leaves, wherever else he goes, he starts plucking Chelsea coaches, Chelsea players, and that sort of thing after being at Chelsea, which is not something I like. I understand why he does it, but I don't like that. You know, he goes when he went to Everton, he practically took the whole of Chelsea's coaching staff.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I don't
but
like
it
that
didn't
at
work.
all.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, but
so
it didn't work. He was sad at Everton. You can
yeah, it
see.
didn't work. But you know, as he
Yeah,
gets more experience, especially if he has a good stint here, you know, he needs to leave Chelsea in a good place and not come and just pull it down for his own ends. That I don't like. But
well,
apart from that, you know, it is a good decision. And whoever they choose, whether it's Enrique, whether it's Nagelsmann, you know, there's a couple of other names coming up. I know
what
you
about
like Mourinho.
what do you
Yeah,
think of? What do you think? Is this possible?
it's possible, but will Frank
Yeah.
accept it? Frank is ambitious. He wants to
Yeah,
build his
no,
own
I think he
career.
would. I think,
Yeah, he does.
any job for Bobby, I know any job they offer him end of the season as a coach or to say assistant, he will jump at it because
You
he loves
reckon?
the club. Yeah, he will.
Well,
But
assisting, I
depends
mean,
on the next
The
manager.
thing, the
there are
thing
both
about that,
things you can
sorry,
do.
the thing about that is, even for example, I'll be honest, him
Yeah,
coming in as an interim too. Remember in the prior we talked about it, and I even thought it wasn't gonna be a possibility for him to come in as an interim, and that
mm.
happened. So
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I see
exactly.
what
You
you're
didn't
saying,
think,
and you
but
know,
I did. Yeah,
if
go.
there's
Sorry,
any,
Bobby.
I see what you're saying, and if there's anybody that Frank would perhaps agree to being an understudy to, it would possibly be Mourinho. You know,
Yeah.
but you know, their footballing philosophies are very different. So I don't know. I don't know. It'd be interesting, but I don't know.
It'd be interesting next season
No.
who
yeah,
we
and
actually get. Yeah,
Bobby, what do you think about the idea that they should try and make that appointment before the end of the season so that the person can already start to, probably come to games or even probably begin to do his, assignment
home
on the team?
homework.
I believe they would make. They don't want to discourage Frank because I think part of
Yeah,
Frank's motivation is to get the job. But I think the appointment could be already made. You don't know. The person could already be watching the team, preparing his plans. It could all already be happening. It doesn't have to be public knowledge.
I hear
You
that.
know,
I
who
hear
knows?
that. Yeah.
Frank could if he's happy to. Another person I would be very interested to see him work as an understudy to is Enrique.
that's what I was
Um,
saying. I said the same, Bobby. If it's not
yeah,
Mourinho or Ancelotti, Enrique would be great. He
But
can learn a lot as
I
well.
wouldn't count out Nagelsmann because Nagelsmann's gone all
No, I don't want
quiet.
a younger than
He's gone
no,
Frank.
the
yeah.
situation with him's
No,
gone all quiet all of a sudden.
Frank is not going to be an understudy to Nagelsmann, so
No,
no. It won't
Nagelsmann's
happen.
too young. He's
I
too young.
know Vivel's up for Nagelsmann, but that's Vivel. The rest of them, I don't think they're going to choose Nagelsmann. Yeah,
It's
sorry,
not
but
just Viville. It's not just Viville that's pushing for him. It's Paul Winstanley
oh
too.
yes, with Stanley, but I'm sure there's a lot of them there. It's not just up to them. There's a lot of people there. We have big, powerful, especially one who as probably knows. I forgot your Edwards. I think he was there when Roman was there. He's still there, and he has a big say as well. Not just them.
yeah, but,
I,
but,
I
but
I'm a
Nagelsmann,
firm believer that if you're good enough, you're old enough.
Yeah,
If Nagelsmann's good enough, he's old enough. But the problem is with
it
youth,
wa-
you know, with young age comes young
yeah,
habits, and he might do or say things that an
yeah,
older person would not say. And you know, I don't see it with Frank because Frank
yeah.
is a
No,
person that needs someone he can respect totally.
exactly. You need
And
someone. Yeah,
what
go
has
on.
Nagelsmann achieved that is greater than Frank? Whereas you know
Mm,
Mourinho was his manager when they won
yeah,
a
it's
lot of these
different. Yeah,
trophies, so he
it's
can respect that. You know, Enrique is somebody
Even Enrique, because
exactly he
he's
can
a
respect that.
elite manager.
And he's done a lot of things
Nagelsmann,
as a player and a manager.
I
So
guarantee you, if for some reason we're going to get Nagelsmann, it's going to be like a Graham Potter story. It won't last. It
No,
won't.
no,
I think
I
he's
don't.
better
I
than.
don't
I
think
think he's
he's.
better than Potter. I think
All
he's
right,
I
it's
better than
better.
Potter.
I'm not saying
100%.
he's not better, but he ain't going to last.
No,
Because of,
it's the
I'll tell
thing.
you why. Well, also, hold on. Because our young players here, they've got big egos, like Bobby said a lot of times, big egos, and they're not going to let Nagelsmann tell them what to do. That's what I think. That's what I want, a big, elite, experienced manager. If not Jose, has to be Enrique, because Ancelotti is going to go to Brazil. So, yeah, I can't have a 35-year-old running the club, being the manager. It ain't going to work with our players. Yeah, I might be wrong, but I can't see working with him.
Yeah, the thing for me is I don't think it's set in stone that he's gonna fail if he was to take over. I understand that the age is a big concern and
Not just
a
the age,
flag to say,
it's the
but
experience, of the experience mostly. You know
yeah,
what I
but
mean?
if we want to talk about experience too, just taking it for the context of what it is, he's
Yeah.
managed in a big club like Bayern as well. That's an experience, and he was able to.
But who?
He was
Yeah, under great players, what's he actually won apart from Bayern Munich? What's he actually achieved? He's too young.
see
He took a
the
relegation
thing
side.
I'm saying,
He took a
the thing
relegation side from the German league, yeah,
Yeah.
to the Champions League.
Oh, all
that
right. Yeah, that
yeah,
was.
that's
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
his achievement. Let's be honest, his achievements are good because
What?
he took a Deals just said, he took a relegation side off now
Yeah.
to like within 14 games he was able to save them off relegation, and then the next season he took them to Champions League, their first ever Champions League.
For me,
Then
I
he
can't
took a
see
team
him.
on the no,
Yeah.
you see, he took a team after that he took a team that was on the rise in Leipzig and
Uh,
still managed to get them to their highest position in the Champions League. I mean, they've qualified for Champions League one season before him, I believe, but in the season he managed them, he took them to their highest finish in the Champions League. And then from there, he went on to Bayern. And his Bayern thing, besides the board's disagreement, wasn't bad in terms of result base, So he has some pedigree to his name. But the thing I wanted to just say was that with the other guys that you said, like if you go down the route of Mourinho or Ancelotti, I could see Frank maybe having a chance to work on
yeah.
those. If you go even to Luis Enrique, even though I think it might be a lot more slimmer chance, but I still think I could see a chance for Frank to maybe agree to work with Luis.
Yeah.
But of course, when you go down the route of Daguzman, then you know that of course Frank is not going to be there. But it doesn't mean that you can go down. Like the point is, Frank doesn't necessarily have to stay on after the end of the season, so that's not a
Yeah.
determinant factor for who we bring in. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, good points, Olsen. Let's go to Reese. And Bobby, did you finish what you were saying? We interrupted you.
yeah.
You're right for now. We go back to you soon. Reese, yeah, before, like we said, we're talking about Frank Lampard or who's going to be the new manager, who you want to be the new manager. Do you want Frank Lampard to end of the season to stay as a coach or assistant to the new manager, whoever that might be? What's your feelings?
Yeah, cheers. Personally, I think appointing Frank Lampard till the end of the season was a great move. I feel that's very strategic as well by our owners because recent news was shared by the Athletic that Nagelsmann doesn't want to accept a job until the end of the season. So, which realistically it plays into our favour because, like, if you've got the option between Tottenham, Chelsea spoiled brats over at PSG, I don't think it's a no-brainer. Surely it's a no-brainer. But personally, I think after this spell with Frank is done, I feel we need to send him off. I don't think we should have, as nasty as it sounds, I don't think I really want Frank Lampard as part of my coaching staff for the club, only because of, the saying, never take back your exes. So, and I said this with Thomas Tuchel. I said, look, as much as I love Thomas Tuchel, I'd never have him as a Chelsea manager again. So I feel like it's the same with Lampard. But then again, we're talking about the special one, big Porcho, Jose Mourinho coming back in. It's another thing. I love Jose Mourinho, but I just wouldn't want it. I really wouldn't want it. So I think the best fit choice for us is Nagelsmann and Enrique. They're the two leading candidates. Obviously, Marcelo Gallardo is also a candidate now. Obviously, Ruben Amorim's one to keep an eye out on. But I think because we all know what the media's like. They say one thing one day and the next. So, but it looks like it's going to be Enrique. But then again, you never know. It could swing the other way. But from what I hear, again, and from what I'm reading, is Enrique is, the media's favourite to replace Potter or Lampard, should I say?
That's what.
But then,
Reese, can I ask you a question? What's your thoughts on Todd Bowley and Egbali wanting experience over than Nagelsmann? Because there's been talk about that happening right now.
No, I don't believe in all that. I think Todd Bowley, not so much Bowley. I think more Egbali is Bedad Egbali is the one who wanted Frank Lampard appointed over Bruno. Bedad Egbali basically said, "Look, Bruno, no disrespect, you're not qualified enough for this." And Bruno didn't even want to take the job; he had no choice. So, and that's why they said, "Look, we're going to look at the market." Both managers turned around and said, "Look." Both managers gave good interviews, good, plans and stuff for the future of the club, and that's why I feel like we're doing the smart option of giving it till the end of the season, so then we can fully find out who's going to be best fit. And I think our owners have done super well with that. I think they've, outsmarted the system here, broke the matrix because they've made smart choices by saying, look, Frank, you're not going to be here full time, no matter what your success rate is, but you're here till the end of the season. So I think, whether he wins a Champions League or not, if he does, congratulations to him. He well deserved, but that doesn't give you the automatic title to be put ahead of anyone.
No, but he said it himself, Reece. He didn't say, he's going to be the long-term manager. He said, well, I'm here for this season, the rest of the season. If we win the Champions League, of course, it's a bonus. But he said it's up to the owners. It's up to the owners what they do from that stage.
The question I wanted to ask to you guys is, besides all the other speculations, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, based off news, I think we can agree that the two top candidates basically is still Enrique and Nagelsmann, right? So
100%.
if it came down to those two, who would be your preference?
I'm going Enrique.
I feel like it's a personal preference because obviously we've got the new school Chelsea fans that will straight away just be like, yeah, Enrique managed prime Barcelona, so yeah, straight away. But then obviously some of the old school fans say, yeah, Enrique's quality. But I feel like you have to look at what they've both accomplished. Obviously, I was in a space the other day and I got up some stats and it actually shut down the space because not many people realise this, but Nagelsmann has never had an unsuccessful club run. He's never been he's never, besides from Bayern Munich, he's never been sacked. He left Hoffenheim to go to Leipzig. He left Leipzig to go to Bayern and then got sacked by Bayern because well, as we know, loads of different things going on. But I
Yeah, I
think
mean that was not result based. So that wasn't result based for Bayern.
I don't think it was anything to do with results at all. I think it was more of the fact that it was youth development was lacking. He wasn't developing the youth a lot as well.
But he done that at Reese. He done that at Leipzig though. So what was
But
the
then
difference
you
if
see,
he gonna do that at
but
Bayern?
the difference is when you look at Bayern Munich, who are you replacing from that Bayern Munich squad? Like let's be real. That is a fantastic squad. So why would you need to? Besides Musiala, there ain't really no other youth players you can bring up from the academy that's starting that team. So I don't blame him. Whereas with Leipzig and Hoffenheim, there's not besides Leipzig, there's not really a lot of talent. But yeah, no, 100%. Obviously, Nagelsmann, and I hear a lot of people say this, and people say, yeah, but Enrique managed prime Barcelona. Oh, Barcelona was a super team. Is PSG not a super team? Why haven't they won the Champions League? Because their coach is a fraud. Christopher Gaultier is a fraud. He'd come into Paris meant to be the French superhero, and he was a loser. He's a bozo.
No,
So,
but Reese, do you think people are saying they want Enrique because they think he's gonna be like a Pep? From is that why?
It's not that, dude. It's just he's
It could be that though.
experience.
It could be that, Nick, though. It
Yeah,
could
but
be
it's
that.
completely different. Pep is different.
Again, it's one of them things where I could say, yeah, Nick, I think Enrique's coming in because he's similar to Pep. Dills could say, oh,
Yeah.
Enrique's coming in because he's better than Pep.
Me,
So,
if, you
what
know,
I'm saying?
you know my choice in all this. I'm going to have to put it up again because it looks so
Jose
nice.
Mourinho.
Yeah, but I have to put the picture up.
I
This
think
is
it's a
what-
dark horse, you know.
This is what I want to see. Well,
I
let's
actually
welcome.
tagged you in saying, Nick. I tagged
Let's
you in it
welcome.
when it first got announced. Dex, what's
Yeah.
going on? By the way, what's up, man?
Yeah, exactly. Because they are talking to him. We can all laugh,
Look,
but they are talking to him.
No, down to all seriousness. Look, we know Jose Mourinho. His first run, unbelievable. His second run was not terrible, not fantastic either. But we've got to understand.
All right, let me ask you, Reese. What would you say if this happened next season?
What if we had both of them or just Mourinho?
Both. Manager Mourinho, the manager, assistant Frank Lampard.
I would say it's good. We're in for a bumpy ride, and I would say Jose's probably going to get about 10 red cards with these bloody referees,
God.
mate. Jose,
you know, this is my dream, man. This is my dream. This is what I want.
Oh, mate, Jose Mourinho ranting on the pitch because of Andy Taylor gave a red card for no reason.
You know what? All right, let's stop the joking, but they are talking with him. I know.
Oh yeah,
I know.
Well, from what obviously.
But they're talking to 7 different managers, so
no. It's smoke. It's a smoke screen. It's a smoke screen. So what it is they're gonna say, look, we're talking to 10 different people because they want. They want the main candidates. Obviously, when you read out these names, look. You've got Jose Mourinho, who straight away, realistically, is going to go at the top with Enrique and Nagelsmann. They're the top 3 in a row. There's no question.
For sure.
But they're saying, oh yeah, we're talking to Ruben Amorim because they're saying that because they want Jose and Luis Enrique to give everything they've got to get this job. Because this is a big job. This is not just being a manager of a football club. It's a manager of Chelsea Football Club who are in a bit of a weird state.
We're elite club. We're elite club, bro.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no. I understand what you're saying. Great comments. But that's my choice. Always was, always will be.
Oh, of course.
If not, it would have been Ancelotti, but he's going to go to Brazil.
Oh, I would not take Ancelotti back. No chance.
Yeah, but if not Jose Ancelotti, he has to be Enrique for me. I can't see anyone else.
For me, For me, we all know, for me, it was Zidane. Now that, obviously, well, Fabrizio come out and said the other day that there's something there with Zidane. We don't know what. It's very complicated, but it's looking unlikely.
Frank LeBeouf, Reece, Frank LeBeouf's been talking about Zidane a lot,
Frank LeBeouf waffles, bro.
He will because he's French,
Of course,
So,
but no, my pick stands. Julian Nagelsmann, mini Thomas Tuchel. It stands for me. German
I know
managers,
you
I
want
feel like, are the
Nagelsmann
most
your
passionate.
first choice. Yeah, everyone's got their choices, but we're going to see. But in the meantime, we have to be happy that the Potter brigade is gone and we've got Frank, a true Chelsea legend and ex-manager who loves the club. That's what I'm happy about right now.
100%.
Yeah. Let's welcome Dex as well.
Big up, Dex. What's going on?
Dex, can you hear us?
Hello, guys. What's up? How's it going?
We were doing the Wolves game, but then we went back to Frank Lampard and the next manager. Then we go back to Wolves after. So what's your thoughts? What do you think Chelsea should do? Bring the ex icon Jose Mourinho with Frank, or just bring Enrique and his men, or Nagelsmann, or would you keep Frank end of the season, or wouldn't you? That's what we're talking about.
It's a bit of a loaded question. I mean, I think what you got to realise here in this sort of situation, I think the next manager, it has to be someone that is obviously elite, someone who is experienced, and someone with a very good resume. I mean, Lampard's, no disrespect for him, great player back in his day, great legend, but as a manager, I don't think it worked out for him when he was first there. I mean, yes, he did have a transfer ban, and he did do well with bringing academy players through, but then when they did give him money, it just didn't really click, and some of the Chelsea fans weren't happy with the style of play or whatever, or the results. So he ended up getting sacked. So would a second time round work? I mean, I guess the team quality is a bit more better than it was before.
Yeah.
But again, you're just gonna have the same outcome though. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that boat's been drifted. So
yeah.
I mean, Mourinho. I mean, listen, I'm a big fan of Jose. I'm a very big fan of him. I mean, even though back in the day,
Dex, 1 second, because Edward sent me a message. Yeah, Edward. Yeah, I will send you the link so you can jump on. 2 seconds. Yeah, carry on, Dex.
Yeah, I mean, Jose Mourinho. Listen, I do rate him as a manager. Not so well when he was Chelsea manager back in the day, but he was still a great manager in my eyes. One of the Premier League's best, up there with Wenger and Sir Alex Ferguson. But I mean, great manager, but I think he's. I don't know. I don't want to sound too rude or disrespectful. I think his style of football is a bit outdated now. I think the game's evolutionised a little bit. I think that style of play now, it doesn't really work now against most teams. Most teams play more advanced tactics. It's all more about stats and in-game tactics and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not saying Mourinho's not a clever man. He's obviously a clever man, because he wouldn't be the manager he is today. He wouldn't go nowhere without being clever.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But I just think his style of football, I think, is too. Well, how can I say? It's not very entertaining. It's one of those style of football where it can get you results, but it's not very entertaining. I think the Chelsea fans, they want to have a style of play where it entertains the fans. That gets the fans off their seats when they go watch a game live. I don't think a third return for Mourinho would work out, but you never say never. It could happen. We'll just have to wait and see. Nagelsmann, I mean, I know he's Reese's favourite, which is fair enough. I mean, I used to say, to be fair, I said Nagelsmann would be a good fit, but I've had a long think about this. I think Nagelsmann, for me, even though he's a great young up and coming manager, I just don't think it would be a right fit, in my opinion. And there's only two reasons why it wouldn't be a right fit. Number one, he's a manager where I think he likes a project where the club gives him a project and then he has to build on from that. I don't think Chelsea's that sort of club. Chelsea is a club where it relies on a lot of success and they want, to compete. I just don't think like Nagelsmann is that. I don't think it'd be a good match in my opinion. Obviously, you got, the style of football. Yes, he does play. He does give young players a chance. Yes, he does develop players well. Yes, but again, is he the sort of manager where in his first season he'll get you to a Champions League final or or whatever? I just don't think so, in my opinion. I think I said all along there's only two managers in my mind who I think would be good for Chelsea. Number one would be Enrique. I know people saying but he's done it with the prime Barcelona team and but you've got to take two things into consideration. Number one, if you take Messi, Suarez, and Neymar out of that team, there were other players in that team that were notable that did do well in that team. Like Busquets, like all these other players, Iniestas, all those sort of players. It's not just those three. Obviously, they're the main standouts because without them, that team wouldn't clip. But there was other standout players in there as well. And I think the style of football he plays is very Pep Guardiola like. I think the Chelsea fans will like that sort of style because it's very attractive. It's very exciting to watch. Everyone says when we watch Pep Guardiola's style of football, everyone goes, "Oh, it's great style of football. It's enjoyable to watch." Do you know what I mean? It's exciting. When you look at Manchester City, how they play, that's the sort of style of football you want to watch. So it's Enrique still based off that. So I think Chelsea fans would love to watch that sort of football being played at the Bridge, especially in Champions League games, etc. When you play against the big teams like your Bayerns, your Madrids, your Barcelonas, all these big teams, and you watch your team play excellent football. So that's the one reason for Enrique, and the second reason, I just think, I don't know. I think when you look at Enrique, I don't know. I think there's a bit of persona about him. I think he gets the best out of players. I think, in my opinion, not barring that no other manager doesn't, but it's just like I think he's very tactically calculated, and I think he will with this team get results very quickly. And he's always do well in the Champions League as well. In that regard. And the second manager I said as well was Ancelotti. Ancelotti is another one because
Don Carlo, mate.
Yeah, Don Carlo. He's got a great resume. He knows the Premier League. He's been there for a while. He knows what it takes to win the Premier League. He knows what it takes to win the Champions League. Look what he's doing with Madrid.
Yeah,
that's a prime example. And he plays a great style of football, and he does give good players, talented players, a chance. Like your Vinicius Juniors, like your Camavingas, like your all these other players. If you look at that Madrid team, it's not. It's obviously a team full of world superstars, but there's still quite a few players in their mid 20s, early 20s that play in that team as well. So I think Ancelotti is another manager who, would do well at Chelsea, and he knows Chelsea as a football club.
Yeah,
do you know? So, but I just think in that regard, those are the two managers I think for me would suit Chelsea best. But it's not up to me. It's up to the board and Todd. They know what they think is good for the club. I mean, they're the owners, so it's their call, really. Yeah.
Yeah, can I ask you a question, mate?
Yeah, go on.
So I've got to jump off in like a couple of minutes, but I'll say what I need to say and then I'll get out of the way. Obviously, I've got to, I respect what you said about Nagelsmann, but he is the homie, So I've got to back him. You said obviously he's a project manager, which I can agree with. He is, but obviously where we're at now, I think I disagree. Obviously, you said, we're based off succeeding. I think we are, but I think the state that we're in now currently, I think this is a bit of a project club. And as much as I do hate to admit it, we've spent so much money on this young talent. The project is to build there's a stat. I know another stat, Reese. I know. I'm going to say it, but there's a stat that I saw that I actually. I don't know if I tweeted it or not, but I'm going to have to. It's 3/4 of our squad have not reached their prime age yet. The prime age is between 25 and 28. 3/4 of our squad hasn't reached that yet. So I think. And the thing is with Enrique is, as much as somebody has just literally said what I was about to say. As much as I love Luis Enrique, his style does take some time to implement. And he actually said, Luis Enrique said, "I'd like to take 2 to 3 years guaranteed."
Exactly. That's why.
Why are we going to wait that long to implement a style of play?
Exactly.
But,
that's why Beck Rashid is asking. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's right. He wants 2-3 years. He needs time to get his philosophy. Yeah, go on.
Reese, I do hear what you're saying, but this on the first point where you said about obviously Chelsea is a project club now. The thing is, though, if you look at the fan base, do you think the fan base will accept that if someone like Nagelsmann comes in, are they going to be happy waiting? For a project to be built up? Because, if you look at like Potter, for example, Potter was trying to do a project. Like, even Todd Boehly came out when they hired him and said, "Oh, we're going to give this guy a 5-year contract, and it's a long-term project." And look how that turned out. The fans were.
Do you know what it is, though? Do you know what it is? And I get what you're saying, but to counter it, this is what I think, and you're right in what you're saying. Certain Chelsea fans, and I could name a couple because they come on this show, won't have the patience. But at the end of the day, no matter what coach you get in, you're going to have to be patient, because whether it's Jose, whether it's Ancelotti, Marie, like whoever comes in, you're going to have to be patient, because these players have gone from Lampard tactics to Tuchel tactics to Potter tactics. There's never been that one sort of tactician that has excelled, and every game we've been perfect, because that's what Bowley wants. Bowley's a man of perfection. He's a creature of habit. So he wants everyone get to training on time, train your hardest, rest on your days of rest. Hence why he's built a new gym now, and he's trying to obviously redevelop the stadium. And I think Chelsea fans as a whole are one of the worst fan bases in the Premier League, because obviously we're just so impatient, and we're so quick to judge. Like, when Potter first come in, I knew straight away it was a disaster. But then there was a couple of fans who were like, "Oh, let's see what he's got." And I was like, let's see. And this is what happened. Yeah, and this is what I mean by a project. Obviously, Deals mentioned mentioned that he was brought in on a 5-year contract. He wasn't brought in to start the project. He was brought in to lead it. And I think when you have a man like Graham Potter, who is the same coaching level as a PE teacher, I do honestly think that he is not qualified enough to lead a team like Chelsea. Whereas Nagelsmann's done it with 3 different clubs. Whereas, same as Enrique, he did it with Barcelona. So I think, it's one of them ones where we've got to say, look, pros and cons to both. But if we're looking at what suits us now, currently the state we're in, there's no doubt about it. It's Nagelsmann. But again, it's fans' perspective of how they want their club run. Me, I want European success, not just success in the league. I want success in the Champions League. Obviously all the FA Cups, like everything. I want to win it all. Like, I want to do a Sir Alex Ferguson and do a quadruple. I want to do a Liverpool and get the treble. That's what I'm saying. And I think we need a manager that's got that experience with these type of players. So, but we'll just have to wait and see in it.
I hear that, Reece, and you know what? I think you kind of made me double question myself now, which is very rare. I don't normally question my own opinions and that, but I think what kind of changed my mind a little bit on the perspective of what you said about project managers and stuff like that. I think football now in a day and age, I think it's definitely changed. I don't think like the game has changed. I think the targets and the expectations have changed of some of the top clubs now. Like you look at like Man United, for example. Back in the day, they were dominating Europe. They were dominating the English Prem. Now look at them; they've had to start
Oh
from
yeah,
scratch.
yeah,
You know, they're
100%.
that Manchester City. No one heard of Manchester City years ago, and now that they got their money in, and now they're winning. Now they're dominating England. Do you know what I mean? Like countless
Yeah.
Premier League titles. Us, for example, like we were doing great, but then Klopp came in. We get Klopp had to build a project from scratch, and then we became one of the most successful teams in Europe in the last 2-3 years. So it's
Definitely.
all these big teams. They have to start somewhere, and I said it when we after we won we won the Premier League. I said it in a Liverpool fan channel. I said, success is built from the ground up, not from the top below. Do you know what I mean? That's what I said. And
Oh, it
if
is
you want to
definitely,
win
mate.
stuff, you have to build it up from the bottom, and then work your
Definitely.
way to the top, and then win success. Because you're not going to win success overnight. You have
Definitely.
to build something and a foundation. So yeah, I have to agree. If someone like Nagelsmann come in, I think Chelsea fans, they just got to be patient for 2 seasons, and then when the third year comes around, you could go and do your business and go win a Premier League or a Champions League. Because
Well, that's it. That's it, mate. And and I said it's the fan base, isn't it? It's the fan base because, like I said, like you've got people like people, for example, like Dills who say, oh, I want fucking war mentality. I want the elite gaffer, and I think you've got to understand that the whole point of a process is Bowley come in, and let's be honest, this club was in the mud. We had obviously dodgy allegations with Tuchel. That's one thing. Dodgy allegations, sadly, with Roman. Another thing that's sad. So I think we need to, like what you said, build it. We've got to knock it all down and start again. And obviously we did that. We hired Potter because Bowley thought, he's doing successful with a mid-table team, overachieving. Let's give him the keys to the Chelsea Football Club kingdom. There's no room to fail. And obviously he did. He flopped, and it happens. So now Bowley's doing the right thing. And
it takes a bit of time. It's only like we said, Reece. That's why I kept saying I can't blame Bowley because he didn't know what he was doing. 7 months, it's a new era, but what he's promised, he's doing. The only thing we're waiting for now is the redevelopment of the stadium, which will happen. It will be at the bridge.
That will happen, man. That will happen.
Yeah, that will happen. But he's doing what he promised. He made mistakes. He admitted it. That's a good thing.
But look at the board members, though. Like Christopher Vivell was one of the best directors out there, if not the best.
Yeah, with Stanley, they know what they're saying. So
definitely,
he's got people now who know football. So I think we're going upwards. We started to go back upwards. It would take the next season to see exactly. We have who the right manager will be, and if he's going to be the right manager. So it's going to be interesting. We have to go back to the Wolves game soon. Anything else you want to add, Dex, about the management? I think we said it all about the new manager.
No, not really. Just that whoever comes in, Chelsea fans don't write and rave on the first.
Yeah, you can't say that because Chelsea fans are crazy. They took, they never agree. Even when it's in the good times when we're winning trophies, we always argued. You can't get it right with these fans. I'm afraid it's a new generation. I'm not blaming my generation. I blame the new generation for sure. Anyway, let's go back to the Liverpool game. We said everything about Frank, I think. I've done my lineup before you lot come. I've done it with deals. I'd like to hear your lineups if you have one. Olsen, who you think Frank Lampard will go with tomorrow?
So for the lineup, I think. I think he's gonna go back to like a 4 at the back.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, I'm saying maybe he could even try like a 4-5-1. That's the 4-2-3-1. So that being said, there's a possibility that we see Reece James at the right back, Fofana and Koulibaly. You have what's his name? Chilwell on the left back.
Kepa or Mendy. You think
I
Frank will
believe
stick
it's
with
gonna
Kepa?
I believe he's gonna stick with Kepa because
Yeah, that's what I think.
he's only just coming. He's only just coming, and we have a big game in the midweek. So I don't think he's gonna make a drastic change in the goalkeeper position.
Yeah,
So
he shouldn't. Yeah.
so
Yeah, no.
and then the two the midfield we might actually see. I mean, we might see Enzo. We might see Enzo, uh, Kovacic, and I don't know. It's tight. Yeah, we might see Enzo Kovacic, and we might see Havertz to the right. Then maybe Mount Central, and you have Felix to the left.
Mm.
You know, or maybe Modric to the left, and you have Felix up top, rather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Frank might probably go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you mine. I said it before, but I'll say it again after we hear Reese's one. Reese,
Yeah,
you have a
mine.
lineup.
Yeah, 4-2-3-1. Mendy, Chilwell, Badiashile, Fofana, James. The 2, I think, will be Kante and Enzo. The 3, I think, will be Mudryk, Mount, Sterling, and then I think it's Havertz or Felix up top. I'm not sure. I'm undecided. Could even be a Aubameyang. So,
Yeah.
Is Sterling back? Sterling back?
Yeah, Sterling is
Sterling's
back.
ready.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So in that case, I'll probably slap Sterling on the right too as well for me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
what
mean,
I've got.
everyone's
Sterling
back.
on the right,
Everyone's
Mudryk on the
back
left.
apart from Thiago Silva. Everyone's fit. They're all training today.
Yeah, the only reason I say Mendy, is because obviously he doesn't. Frank Lampard really doesn't like Kepa, hence why he brought in Mendy.
We were talking about that before you come on. The reason Frank, didn't rate Kepa that time, because that time we all know none of us wanted Kepa because he was making mistake after mistake after mistake. Then his girlfriend left him and all that. He was down. He couldn't do nothing. But that's before. But since Mendy, since Mendy, made all those mistakes, Kepa, he got injured and Kepa come back. He's been a different guy. So I think it'd be wrong for Frank to drop Kepa now. Myself, I can't see him dropping Kepa. I don't think Frank is going to go by a favoritism.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say about it. Even if you think maybe Frank didn't favor Kepa before, you have to understand that Frank is just coming right now, and we have 2 big games. We have this one on the weekend, and we have Real Madrid coming in midweek. The craziest thing that you would think Frank would do is for him to make a mistake right out of the doorway, and that decision to try and change the goalkeeper will be mental if he goes in that route, because obviously everybody knows that Kepa has been the one that has been our first choice for the last how many months now. Mendy is only just come back, so I don't think he will even dare to make that change right now.
No, I agree. I'd be shocked if that happened. No, I agree with you, Olsen. You just said it. No way. I know Reese doesn't like Kepa much. I know he prefers Mendy in goal. But no, it ain't going to happen. You can't drop the goalkeeper especially when he's having a good games in this very hard season, very hard. Yeah, it's no question for me. Let's go to this comment from Bakar Rashid before we move on. Is Paul Clement joining Lampard's coaching staff or not? He was Ancelotti's assistant, yes, for 8 years. Yes, he was, and he will be joining. Paul Clement is coming with Ashley Cole. That's what I know. Yeah, so Ashley Cole and Paul Clement will be with Frank Lampard to help him. Yeah, that's a great idea as well. Yeah, Olsen, what do you think about the comment? You think it's about Paul Clement?
It's a good, like the whole setup is good overall because it's these are Chelsea people that know exactly like that know the culture of the club. So, and
Yeah,
right now, what we need is just that little bit of stability to at least manage our way to the end of the season. So all of that just works in our favor right now. Like legend just coming, the old boys Ashley Cole, Lampard, Clement, they know about the club and they will be there to at least just guide the guys to the finish line, and that's it. Nothing more.
yeah, true. Big up to Vanna. I see you come a bit late, but you're welcome still. You can do the predictions with us. We already did the lineups. If you want to put your lineup in like Rashid did before, who you think will Frank Lampard play tomorrow, you're welcome to do that. And your predicted score. Yeah, so looks like the Riz is gone as well now. It's only me and you, Olsen. Yeah, so let's go to the prediction. What do you think will happen tomorrow?
Yeah. Well, my prediction. I'm a little bit more optimistic now that we probably can get a win. Just because in the last couple of weeks we know that like with all of the results we've been experiencing, we know that there's the quality is there. We're just not being able to utilize it. So maybe,
Yeah,
maybe with Lampard being in, I feel like it could have an effect where it at least just take the weight off. He could be there to take the weight off these guys and just let them play and express themselves. And you know, by so doing, we could beat Wolves. So I'll probably say we're playing away or home. What's it again?
we're away tomorrow. Away.
Away.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I still think we can get a comfortable 2-0 win.
Yeah. I just put big up Werner. I put that the special one with Frank as the assistant for next year. I hope I'll put it up for you because I know you want Josie back. What's he saying? Kepa, Fofana, Koulibaly, Corella, James, Kanti, Enzo, Kovacic, Chilwell, Felix Havertz. Same lineup. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, could be the same lineup for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Let's take this out a minute. Sorry, take the picture out. Yeah. So I'll get the lineup. It's good, but for me, Havertz, I wanted him to be rested tomorrow and try something else. Even I know Aubameyang can't play Wednesday. He's not in the Champions League squad or Detro Fofana, but for tomorrow, I would prefer Havertz to be on the bench and let start with Aubameyang or Detro and see how he goes. Just to give him a rest, really. I love Havertz. Yeah. What do you think, Olsen?
I mean, that would be my preference to see Aubameyang Dentro, but I just don't think that will happen. That's why I'm not even considering it. Because for
Yeah.
me, the decision with those guys, I feel like there's the board level has a part to play in it too. So I don't know. I just don't
Yeah.
see it happening. So that's why I'm not thinking too much about it.
It's true.
I believe they're still gonna be stuck with Abbas anyway.
Yeah. 3-5-2 is saying, yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's not bad formation. Maybe that it could well be that. We're gonna see tomorrow. Yes. So what? Sorry, what? Olsen, what's your prediction scoreline for Wolves Chelsea?
Yeah, I just went for a 2-0 win.
2-0. That's what I said yesterday. I have to keep it. I said 2-0 as well. I'm going 2-0. Be great to get a clean sheet. Be great to get a win.
Yeah,
It won't be
just
easy. It won't be easy because Wolves are trying to stay up. We know. It's always a very hard game at Wolves, but we have to win. We have to get some, get some energy, some confidence back for that Real Madrid game on Wednesday, which is massive. Yeah, very massive. Yeah, just see what he's saying here. Van is saying Chelsea 0-0 draw. God, don't be so depressing. And let's hope not. We can't. It'd be the third draw on the trot. Imagine. Yeah, I'll get you because it won't be easy. For sure, it won't be. Yeah. What else you were saying here? Probably Sterling, Mount, Mudryk might start. Sterling, yes. Mason Mount. I don't think even Frank Lampard is back. I don't think Frank will start Mason Mount either. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know how fit he is really. He was training. Maybe he will get the bench. Let's see. Mudryk. Yeah, Mudryk could well start as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, yeah. Should we do the predictions, just me and you and Varna and whoever wants to in the chat for the rest of the premiership, as we always do? Ocean? Also.
Yeah, that's
You ready? Yeah.
that's
The others are gone, so we do it with the chat. Me, you, and the chat. So, Verna, Rashid, everyone else, T, if you're still here, give us your score lines. I will start tomorrow morning, 12:30. It's Man United against Everton. So, Olsen, what are you going for?
I think Man U win 3-1.
You guys, sorry, how many?
3-1.
3-1 to United, yeah?
Yeah.
3-1 United. I'm going, yeah, Everton fighting for their lives, but United trying to make top four. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for Everton. I think it'll be a close game. It won't be an easy game for United. I'll go 2-1 United. Yeah.
Yeah, I only think as much as Everton will be trying to fight for every point they can get, I just feel like Man U, the last couple games for Man U now hasn't been good, right? So they would want to try to correct that, and with them being at home, then I kind of feel like they probably would, and Everton is not that good to begin with, so
Okay, Werner is going 0-0. Okay, I'll put you there. Becca Rashid is going 2-0. So we have all different score lines. Rashid is going 2-0. Yeah, 2-0 United. No, I said 2-1. You said 3-1. 0-0, 2-0. Okay. Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, Olsen.
Villa Nottingham Forest. I think that's a game that I see Villa winning, scraping a win, and I don't know. I think maybe it's gonna be either 2-1, just because I think Nottingham could actually score as well. Maybe then maybe he finishes. I'll go 1-0. I'll go 1-0 to Villa.
1-0.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of chances, but I think it's just gonna be a narrow win.
I'll go for Villa winner. Aston Villa really good, great form with Uno Emery. He's doing absolutely brilliant with his team. I'm going 2-0. No, yeah, I was going to say 3. All right, 2-0 Villa, 2-0. Let's just read a comment from Edward. I'll send you the link, but I don't know if you couldn't come on. Edward, I'll send you the link in your DM. He said a draw for me. He's talking about the Chelsea game, of course. A draw, good omen for the Champions League, like Tuchel did. Yeah, I remember Tuchel. He got a draw at Wolves. I remember. Then we won the Champions League. yeah, that's a good insight. Yeah, and Werner's going 1-0. Is he? 1-0 Villa. 1-0. Rashid 1-0 as well. Everyone's going faster. Villa 1-0. All of you said 1-0 and I said 2-0. Okay, let's go to the next. Brentford, Newcastle. Olsen.
Yeah, Brentford, Newcastle. Whoa. Yeah. That might be one of the high scoring games for the weekend. I'll probably say Newcastle. I think Newcastle is in the final run of form, so I think they will win. But I think there's gonna be a lot of goals in there, so probably 3-2. 3-2 to Newcastle.
3-2 to Newcastle. Okay. I'm gonna have to. It's very hard game for Newcastle, but I think they will win again and keep that third place position. I'm rooting for Newcastle to go. I think it'd be close. It won't be easy, but I'm going 1-0 Newcastle. 1-0. And who else is going? Werner's going Brentford 2-1. 2-1 to Brentford. It could well happen. Rashid is going. No, he didn't say about this one. Okay. Brentford 2-2. Yes, yeah. All right, 2-2 for Rashid. I want everyone to come back for Monday. Werner, Rashid, Olsen, of course, because I'm writing everything down. We're going to see who gets most results correct, like we always do. So hopefully you'll be here for Monday show. So let's go to the next one. Fulham, West Ham, London derby, West versus East. Interesting game.
Yeah, it's an interesting game. I'll say 1-1 for that game. 1-1.
So Fulham 1, West Ham 1 for you. Rashid, Werner, tell me what you think Fulham, West Ham. Oh, Everton's made it at last. Look, he's come late, but never mind. First time on. Welcome, Edward. Can you hear me? Edward, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Good. I hear you. Yeah. Welcome. I'll get your thoughts in a minute. I want to finish this. You can join us anyway if you want. We're doing all the predictions for the matches tomorrow and Sunday. You can join us. Where were we? Fulham, West Ham.
Yes,
Edward,
I saw one.
yeah, I put you 1-1. Edward, you want to join in?
It's just that I just joined in late. Just
Yeah.
a few things I wanted to raise was
Okay. Do that. Yeah.
Was the coach issue.
Okay.
I think
Edward, sorry. Yeah. Let me finish these predictions we're doing with the with the chat.
okay.
It won't be long. Then I'll let you talk
Okay.
about everything. So 1-1 for Olsen. Let's see what the others are saying here. Rashid is saying 0-0. 0-0, and let's see what 1-0 win for Werner. Okay. 0-0 Rush, 0-0, 1-0, 1-0 Fulham. I'm going 1-1 draw. I think it'll be a draw. That's that one out the way. Let me just put Audu on. He's coming late. I know it was his birthday today. Welcome, Audu. Can you hear me?
Yes, hi Nick.
Good. Happy birthday.
Thanks a lot. I really
Happy birthday, Adu. Happy birthday.
Thank you, everyone.
I'll come to you and Edward soon. We're just going through the predictions with the chat and Olsen.
Yes, sorry for the late.
That's all right. I will come to you shortly. Yeah, don't go nowhere. Olsen, Tottenham, Brighton.
Tottenham, Brighton. I think Tottenham is gonna get slapped. But they are at home, right? So let me see. I think Brighton is gonna win, but I'm looking at, okay. Let me see. Let me see. 3-1.
Was that to Tottenham?
No, to Brighton.
Brighton, okay.
So it's gonna be 1 to Tottenham, 3 to Brighton.
Okay, that's a good score. But that's what I like to hear. I hope it happens. It'll be great. I always want Tottenham to lose, I was saying the same actually. So it's the same. I was saying that yesterday, so I have to keep my same score, 3-1. 3-1. Let's see what the chat is saying. When I say 2-0 Tottenham, God, I hope you're wrong. 2-0. Rashid is saying 2-1 Brighton. Okay. 2-1 Brighton. That's what I want to hear. Brighton to win. Let's go to Leicester, Bournemouth. Olsen.
Leicester, Bournemouth. 0-0.
0-0.
It's going to be one boring game.
Battle for the bottom two. Second Bournemouth. Leicester have to get this win. I think if Leicester lose this one, then I think they will go down. So, God, it's got to be a draw. 1-1, I'll go 1-1. People in the chat, what you say? Tottenham, Brighton. Leicester 4-0. God, Werner's going 4-0 Leicester. That'd be something for them.
Wow, that's a bold prediction, man. Wow.
Yeah. Rashid is going 1-1, more like what I said, 1-1. Okay. Anything can happen in football. Anything. Okay, now we come to the big one. Wolves, Chelsea. Olsen, you said it before, I think.
Yeah, I said 2-0 before. Hopefully.
Yeah, like me. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
We both said 2-0. Yeah, 2-0. I think they said something like that before. What are you saying, chaps? Where are you? Chelsea. Who's Chelsea? Oh yeah, nil was Werner. Oh yeah, he said nil. He said it before. Nil. And Rashid is saying 2-0 Chelsea. All of us 2-0. Let's hope. I hope we're all correct. 3 of us saying 2-0. Southampton, Man City, Olsen.
I mean, how couldn't you that is Southampton is gonna get slapped, obviously. So I don't know how much they're willing to take, 4 or 5. I don't know. So
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Southampton fighting for their lives, man.
yeah,
So
but Man
yeah.
City at the same time is trying to keep pressure on us now. So
Oh yeah, for sure. So how many? What are you going for?
I'll say 4. Let me
For
just say 4.
4
4
nil.
nil.
4-0. I said 3-0 yesterday, so I have to keep 3-0. I think 3-0. Sorry, Southampton, but I think you're going down. Werner is saying 3-0 as well. Where's Rashid? God. No, Werner saying 9-0. Man City 9-0. Sorry. 9-0 away. Could that happen? 9-0. God. Imagine you put money on that. But it's
I'm,
done.
te- I'm telling you, it could be a whitewash. You have to put it into consideration. This guy is coming
Yeah.
back. What's his name? Haaland is coming back. And with them
Yeah.
having the Champions League in the midweek and
Yeah.
he's been out, he might want
Yeah.
to, make a case for himself.
And it won't be the first time they put 9 past Southampton or Leicester, was it? So it could be. You never know. And Rashid is going 3-0. So all of us 3-0. You 4-0. 4-0, 3-0, 3-0, 9-0 for Werner. Okay. All right, let's go to Leeds Crystal Palace. On Sunday, Leeds Palace. The first kickoff, 2 o'clock.
I think Leeds is gonna win. I think Leeds can win that game 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
Okay. Leeds 2-1. I had the same actually. I said it's gonna be close, but I think Leeds are gonna win as well. Just about 2-1. Okay. Yeah, I'll say 2-1. Then let's see what he's saying. Leeds 2-1 Palace. He's going the other way. Okay. Palace to win 2-1. Rashid, where's he gone? Rashid, are you there? Give us your Leeds. Oh yeah, here he is. Leeds 1-0. And Leeds 1-0. Okay. All right. So we come to the last and final game. 4:30 kickoff. The big one. Liverpool against Arsenal. Olsen.
That is one game I don't want to predict because, be honest,
Well, you have to.
if I go if I don't know. If I want to be logical, I'll think Arsenal will win. But for the sake of this prediction, I'm just gonna go with my heart, what I want to happen, and that's Liverpool to smack them 3-1.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
Arsenal, I don't think Liverpool stopped Arsenal from scoring, but I hope Liverpool can score at least 3 and limit Arsenal to 1.
3-1 to 3-1. I said I went Liverpool. Actually, I went Liverpool 2-1. I think Liverpool at home, they're a different team than away. So I think, and they need to win. I know Arsenal need to win, but I think it's about time Arsenal lost the game. So if City are going to go and win the league, Arsenal have to start losing. So yeah, so 2-1 for me, 3-1 for you, and then I say 2-0 to Arsenal. 2-0 Arsenal. And let's see what Rashid is saying. Rashid is saying 3-1 Liverpool, like you. Yeah. 3-1. That's it. That's all the predictions done. Thanks, Rashid and Werner. Like you, we're gonna find out on the Monday show. Who got who got anything right. We do this every week. So hopefully you'll be here for Monday, 7:30 as usual. We start. Yeah. Anyway, so now we could go to Edward and Odu. Yeah. So I'll start with Edward. He was here first. Yeah,
Yeah.
Edward. Right, we've been talking before you came. We were talking about, you probably heard us,
Yes.
about Frank Lampard, the new management.
Yes.
What's the best solution for Chelsea end of the season?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll let you
For me,
talk.
yeah. For me, yes. I was happy with the appointment of Lampard. And I'm also happy for the decision that was taken by the management
Yeah.
to spread the net and take their time. Because one thing I realized, I know I was Nagelsmann's person, but one thing I've realized is that in as much as he's that good, but I think he's been good because other teams were not performing. That's what
Mm,
I went back and checked um, how he fared in the league since he started.
yeah.
In
Yeah.
most of the seasons, he's always 20 points away from the winners. And
Mm,
for me, that doesn't give confidence. Even when he moves to number three, he was still about 15 points away from the winners. I know with Hoffenheim, he might not have that much of talent, but with Leipzig, they were good players. Instead, in fact, they still do have good players. I mean, to compete with what you call Bayern. So for now,
mm,
I'll say I've got reservations because of that. In terms of the X's, I'm all for Jose. I'm all for Ancelotti if they come.
yeah.
No, 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 not Conte, not anybody else, but those two. I will take them any day. Now, if they come to the party next season, I will welcome them. I think it is important that we get experienced coach, not only experienced but an elite coach who has
Yeah.
done, who has won a league before, not against all odds or in an obvious fashion, but somebody whom that given a chance, he's got a chance to win,
Yeah.
and he's not gonna have a bad odds to win. Like Nagelsmann, it's a new league. He's not expected to win the league, and he'll still be happy if he's competing in the top four.
Mm,
I don't want that mentality. We haven't had a league since 2017. It's been over 5 years now. It's long
seven.
overdue. Is it 7?
7 years. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
7. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very very bad. We can't take it any longer now. Otherwise we will be more like your what
Yeah.
you call
We have
your
to
your
come
your
back.
yeah. We have to come back. We'll be more like Man
What do you think
United.
of this suggestion, Werner saying here, Amorim over Nagelsmann?
Yes, yes. You see, Amorin is young,
Yeah,
and he
well, he's
also he
another
also
young.
competed. Yes, and he
He's another
competed.
young one. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he
Go on.
competed, and then he competed and against Benfica, against Porto, and
Mm,
he won the league,
mm,
and he was also grooming players. So I think he's the best thing to Nagelsmann. And
mm.
Nagelsmann, if I can choose, if those
Yeah.
two are not there, I'll take
If
him.
we don't
You
get the
know,
main two. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So
That's what I think.
yeah, in terms of the lineup, um, I know he'll be looking at the game on is it Tuesday or Wednesday with Madrid while
Madrid.
playing this
Yeah.
one.
Madrid is on
Y-
Wednesday.
Yes. If it was
Yeah,
not that game, I was going to say it's gonna start Uber, but that's
yeah.
up top. But if Uber is not there,
He
I
can't play.
think
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I think he will try somebody he knows is gonna play there. And for me, I hear everybody saying bench Havertz. He will try and talk some sense to Havertz and try and
Havertz.
either I
Yeah,
put yeah if we put him on the white or put Sterling up top, but Havertz will still be there. So he will
yeah,
have a one up top and three behind, which is Modric, Sterling, and Mount.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't know between what you call Mount and Felix, someone will have to start there between the two. So he
Okay.
will he will go like that, and then in the middle, I think he'll go with Kante and Enzo, and
Yeah,
then supported by Chilwell and James to tuck
yeah,
in to strengthen
yeah.
that
I think it'd be
that midfield.
similar. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah,
Yeah, that's why Havertz could start because of
yeah.
Wednesday. You're right
Yes,
because we can, Detro can't and Aubameyang can't. They're not in the
yes,
squad. That's a problem.
yeah,
Let's see
yeah.
what he does. Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Um,
keeper, I think he will keep Kepa. I'm with you. He will
Kepa.
keep.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
said.
yeah,
I
he'll
want
keep
Kepa to
Kepa.
stay number one for now.
Yeah,
No reason to drop him.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll get you. Yeah, good points, Edward. I'll come back to you. Let's hear from Odu as well. Uh, yeah, the birthday boy, Odu. Uh, um, yeah, what's your thoughts about Frank first? And I want to ask you, like I asked everyone before, uh, do you think whoever comes in, next season as the main manager, do you think you should keep Frank at the club as in some capacity, coach, assistant, because he loves the club, and I'm sure he would take a role if asked. And who's your main choice? I think I forgot who he was. I think he was Enrique, if I'm right.
Yes.
Before, yeah, yeah. So yeah, start with that, and then your lineup for Liverpool, and I'll come to your predictions as well, and Edward for Liverpool as well. Yeah, go on, Odu.
Okay. For me, uh, Frank Lampard is trying to build his profile, and from Derby County to Chelsea to Everton and all of that. Him taking a role under an incoming coach, maybe a world-class coach, maybe Nagelsmann, Luis Enrique, whoever it may be. To me, I think it will be an embarrassing offer to him, just the way I see it,
Mm,
because when you have your own identity, you can always land yourself a job out there. So why will you be a second fiddle in a job which you are equally bidding for? Don't forget, if he has a chance to be the permanent manager tomorrow, he will certainly take it.
oh yeah,
So so
yeah,
so so for him to, I don't think, although I understand his presence in the dressing room will be a very big boost for us. It's just what we'll be looking at, that we should have a John Terry in-house. We should have an Ashiko in-house. And their
yeah. At the
presence
moment, what we know is Ashley Cole is coming in, and Paul Clement
for
at the
Clement.
moment
Yes,
to help Frank, but which
yes.
is good. I like these people very
Yeah,
much.
very, very good, because I watched the unseen side of the training uh, today on YouTube. I could see Ashiko's voice screaming at Chalobah, and I could feel the presence of Frank Lampard as well in the team. He was cheering them up, pushing them to put more effort into the play. He was cheering them off to put more shots, more life into their shots,
Yeah,
and you could feel that of a impact, that of a presence of a coach. It's not a light training that they always do, and I see Raheem Sterling as well. After the whistle, he was sweating and he was panting heavily. He had to lie on the floor because he couldn't be. He really exhausts himself. So
Yeah.
you do this kind of training to push the player to beyond the limits. So that's why they come into games and they lose focus all of a sudden. So for me, I don't think Frank Lampard will accept that offer, though it will be a good boost for us, but I don't think he will
Yeah.
accept.
And let's see, what do you think about Werner here? Is saying, I prefer Posh over Enrique first. Then he's saying, I think Lamps will be the manager next season if we win the Champions League. Possible. You never know what they're going to decide. But I'll let Otto answer those questions.
For me,
Edward is well after. Yeah, go on.
Pochettino is a fantastic coach. We see all what he did in Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah.
He was also a Frank Lampard like. He molded those players, and right now some of them have become a big names in the world of football, and they become a club legend as well. So for me, I see him too as a very good idea. But for us, this is Chelsea. We are used to winning, and we are not that Arsenal type of a long-time project without trophy. We are not used to having sexy football without a significant results. So
Yeah.
I don't think it would be a good idea for us going forward. He has a PSG for him to build his profile. Those were big name
Yeah.
players there.
Sorry,
And he
sorry,
couldn't.
Otto. 1 second to interrupt you again. Yeah. Okay. Also, I'll get your message. Yeah. Thanks for coming on. Big up to you. We talk again very soon, I'm sure. Yeah. So yeah. Sorry, Otto. Carry on. Big up to you.
Okay, so for me, I won't take Poch right now in Chelsea, and for Lampard, I think Lampard is an ideal coach for us right now, but I will still go for Luis Enrique on a permanent move, because if you see what Lampard is doing in the team right now, the players need someone who they can respect. It's not about just the tactics alone. The players needs to be ready to go onto the pitch there and play their heart out for you. They are ready to break legs for you. So if as a manager you don't have that confidence from your player, no matter how tactical you are, they're gonna get you sacked. Just like
Yeah.
what Kovacic said today. He said it's easy to hire a coach than to sack 30 players. And he says that the players need to do better, meaning
Yeah.
that some of them have a nonchalant attitude on the pitch and some of them never respected Potter. And you could
Yeah.
see how the
True.
level of creativity in the team, and yet they can't score the goal. Is it that they don't know how to score again? It's just that they don't want to play all their heart out for the manager. They know if they are getting the needed result, the manager will stay long as forever. But for the fact that
100%.
some of them don't want the manager at the helms of affair, they had to kick them out in their own way. And you could see all of them now coming back to life. You could feel the happiness in the team, in the training pitch, when they have the presence of Frank Lampard. And they never
Yeah.
respected. They
I
never
saw the
respected
training
Bruno.
today, and I saw the training. You can see how different the
Yes,
players were. All the
you
shots were
understand.
going in. Frank made them shoot after shot, keep shooting all the time, trying to, get their mentality right to score. Um,
Exactly.
yeah. So let's see.
And,
Sorry,
and we
carry on.
know and we know Lampard, that Lampard is a goal poacher. He's a midfielder. He play like a striker. You could see the numbers of goals he scored in the Premier League,
Yeah.
and he's one of the
Unbelievable.
joint top scorers for the club. So for him to come in and to be able to correct this goal scoring poor form that we are having is a very big boost for us. We can just have him to study the pitch, but going forward, we need a world class manager.
Yeah. Then I was saying it's about Pochettino. Yeah, he brought in Ali and Dyer to the Champions League final. Yes. Yeah, for me, Pochettino, like Aldo said, he's a good manager. But for me, I prefer any day. My number one is Jose Mourinho. And because he can keep Frank Lampard there as an assistant and make him learn. That's why. That's one reason, because he's my favorite. No one can beat Jose for me. If not Jose, like I wanted Ancelotti, but it looks like he's going to Brazil. So it has to be Enrique. And even Enrique, I could see working with Frank Lampard. If they decide to keep Frank, and if Enrique likes it, why not? It'd be another great manager for Frank to learn of. Yeah. So, but to keep Frank as a manager himself, it won't work. We tried it before, and he knows himself he's not ready for that. He knows he's not someone who is going to lie about things. You saw him talk. Everything he was talking about was made sense. Yeah, Edward, did I ask you about that question? I was going to also ask Edward.
Yes.
So did I ask you? I forgot if I asked you about. Would you want to see? I think you agree about if Frank Lampard, if Jose Mourinho say he came in, would you like to see Frank next to him?
Yes,
yeah,
yes, because you know what, it's high time. Because looking at Mourinho's age, it's high time that he takes what's his name, Lampard, under his wing,
yeah.
especially if he does well now. You know, so that he can empower him more. You know, uh, I,
Mm,
I've got to believe that Lampard can do something with the Champions League.
yeah.
But if given a chance to lead us next season, I don't think he'll ever win a league for us. He needs a Jose to mentor him. You must also remember, even for Jose to be where he
Is this
is
true? This comment? I'm not sure myself. When I said Josie was offered 100 million to manage the
yes,
South,
the
is it
squad,
true?
yes, it's true, yes,
But he
yes.
hasn't accepted, has he?
He has not accepted.
No.
I think that even so did they just trying to mess up our football in
Yeah,
so many respects. The
yeah,
money they
yeah.
are throwing out,
God, man.
it's really upset. But I'm saying even
But I think
Jose,
Jose doesn't care about money.
yeah,
The money he
exactly,
has. He's a billionaire. I don't think
exactly,
he will think about money. If
yeah,
I know he loves Chelsea.
yeah,
If they said to him, "Come and be the manager," he will jump here. I guarantee
Mm.
it.
He has,
Yeah.
he has
yeah,
also he has also said he's not going to be leaving any current job in the middle of the season. I would like to see of the season
Oh
if
yeah, for
at
next
all.
season, I'm talking, Odo.
Yes.
Next
Mm,
season.
okay.
Yeah, that's why. That's maybe another reason why they delayed not getting a manager now. You never know, because for me,
Exactly.
for Frank coming, something's going on with Jose. I think I have a
yeah,
feeling. I
yeah.
don't know. Yeah, go on,
Yeah,
go
I,
on.
I was I was saying, even Jose, for him to be at that level or at his level, he learned from the best while he was in Barcelona. You know,
Yeah,
I like the fact that first of all, Lampard took a stand to be on his own, trying
yeah.
out with a Derby and us, and you know. But had he started, look at Arteta. I mean, to go on with a coach who goes and win the league, it makes you as a starting coach to learn more things when you are on your own. So Lampard didn't have that. If he
Mm,
goes with Jose next year, and when Jose decides to leave, he can take over easy,
mm,
and
mm.
he'll continue where Jose left off.
Yeah,
So yeah, I would recommend that.
it's interesting, and we don't. Enrique's up there as well. Enrique, I can see Frank Lampard working with. He's someone he can learn off as well. Let's see what happens. It's, a lot of different solutions. Let's see. But the main one, I hope it happens with Mourinho. It'd be something unbelievable. Imagine the fans when Mourinho walks out as the manager with Frank Lampard. That is going to be unbelievable. It's going to be electric. They will go crazy. Even tomorrow, the away fans are going to go mad. Be singing the Super Frank song. And when he comes to the bridge against Brighton, which hopefully I'm going to be there next week against Brighton, imagine the atmosphere. It's something to look forward to. Let's just see what these comments are saying. When I'm saying about the dream is Marino, then Posh, then Omorim. My minimum choice is Nagelsmann, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I get you. What else he was saying here? Hold on a minute. Thomas Frank, then Nagelsmann. He wants Thomas Frank. I wouldn't bring Thomas Frank in myself or Nagelsmann if I had the choice. No. What else he was saying here? Yeah. There's still Conte in the summer, don't forget. I don't forget Antonio Conte. He's up there in my fourth choice. I think third choice is Conte. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Conte if I can't get Marino. But, so many different things we see, but I can't see them asking Antonio Conte. Yeah, Antonio, we miss that. Thanks for that, Werner. Great. So let's go to your predictions. Aldo, you didn't give me your lineup. Edward, I think you did. Your lineup for tomorrow.
Okay. There's one reason why I'm thinking Mendy should start. And the reason is that if he's going to be in goal against Real Madrid, then he should use tomorrow's game as a match build-up to the Real Madrid game. Then if Kepa is still going to be in goal, then Kepa has to retain his position tomorrow. So you cannot just throw in Mendy against Real Madrid when he
even
has
tomorrow.
Out.
Even tomorrow, for me, Kepa has to start tomorrow as well.
So if Lampard is not having an idea of using him on Tuesday or Wednesday, Kepa in go for me.
Yeah, it's true.
I also don't see Lampard playing 3-4-3 formation. Probably I'm thinking he will be using a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 or something. So I would like to use 4 at the back, Reece James, Fofana if he is fit, then Badiashile and Ben Chilwell. Koulibaly can just use the bench with Cucurella there. Then Kante, for me, Kante has to start. Kante, Enzo, and then Mason Mount. I think what I was pushing for is for Mason Mount to have match rest. And I think the injury has forced him out of the first team. And by now, he should have had enough rest. So
he's ready.
So I expect a rejuvenated Mason Mount, not for the fact that Frank Lampard is going to pick him based on favoritism or something.
That's what I don't want to see. If he trained good, it looks lively. Why not? But I don't want, like you said, I don't want Frank Lampard choosing any player.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Favoritism. I don't want that. I don't think he will, Frank. I don't think he will do that. Yeah, cool.
Mason in the mix with Kante and Enzo pivots. So
Yeah.
I will play Sterling and I'll play João Felix. I think João Felix has brought fire into our attack for the fact that he's not scoring enough goal, but at least he has a constant threat in front of goal. And with the amount of shots that he has racked up, is a fantastic choice. So for me, I will play Sterling and João Felix. So if I would also like to use, I would like to bench Havertz. Then going forward, Aubameyang is going at the end of the season. For me, I see no reason why we should be building up minutes with him if he's going at the end of season. So with the player development of Frank Lampard knowledge, and with him going at the end of the season, I would like us to seize this opportunity, use Gatro Fofana in goal while he build him and mold him and give him that confidence he instilled in Tammy Abraham. I want to see him instill that confidence in him. So I would rather prefer building up minutes and him developing under Frank Lampard and to become the new Didier Drogba for us. So I would like to use that for Fofana because I know he's a good finisher.
Yeah, I want to see more of him. Let me just reply to Werner. He's asking me about the new stadium or what else called. Yeah, for me, I don't believe in this else called business. I don't want Chelsea to move from Stamford Bridge. I'm strictly against it. I will protest even if they try to do this. Not just me. Most of the fans, they don't want to move from the bridge. It's our sacred ground. It's my second home. And no way. And Bowley knows what we think about the bridge. That's why it's taking so long to sort this out. We're against it. Me, pitch owners, Chelsea Football Trust, all against it. Some fans, they want a new stadium, go to a poshy place and big new stadium, but we can redevelop a 60, maybe up to 63,000 redevelopment. I hear. So I want to start the bridge at all costs. Just to get that one out of the way. What else he was saying? Money may will start tomorrow. Let's see. If he played good in training, he was training good. Why not? He has to, earn his place. For me, he should be on the bench tomorrow and come on and show us what he can do. We know he's a great player, but he has to prove it now. Even with Frank here, no favoritism. And what else is saying here? Mount Felix Havertz. Yeah, perfect number 10s. We need a striker. Yes, we do. I think we will get one next summer. We will go for a proper number 9 like we used to have. That's what we need. And whoever the manager is, I'm sure they will do that. Edward. One more question. What's he saying here? So we have to move out from Stamford to redevelop the bridge. Maybe yes, we have to go to another ground like Wembley. If it's not possible to do stand by stand and have like we did before with this stadium we have, we were using 3 sides and building one side. So depends what they, depends on the building people what they agree how we're gonna do it. So let's see what happens with that. Lukaku, I don't think Lukaku's coming back. I think he's even with Frank back. I don't think Lukaku will.
He has
Yeah,
made
God.
up his mind that he's not coming back. He has already made
Yeah,
up his mind. He said he doesn't want to play for Chelsea.
yeah,
So
because too much happened, really,
if Inter doesn't want him, he has to move to another club. That's it.
for sure. Yeah, I'll do. So yeah, what's your Chelsea? The Wolves Chelsea prediction? What's your
Ah,
what?
last prediction I predicted 1-0, and
You said? Oh,
they had a goalless. I predicted 1-0, so they
oh
had
yeah,
a
yeah,
goalless. So with Frank Lampard in charge, uh, well, I will still have to go with the 1-0. I don't
yeah.
think Wolves will.
I went 2-0. Oh, me and Nelson went 2-0. Um, yeah, you got 1-0. Yeah, it's still a good result. I just hope we win tomorrow. We have to win. It's been too long now for a win. Edward, what did you say? I think you told me, but I forgot.
Yeah, I said draw.
Ah,
Reason being, uh, uh, I look at it as an omen for Champions League, and nothing
oh yeah,
more.
that's it. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't
Like
know.
last
Yes,
time, that was too
I
good.
would love us to win, but if everything is if the lightning can strike twice in the same spot,
You
then
never know.
why not? Why not?
Yeah, of
And
course.
because you must also remember,
Uh,
after that Wolves game, we had also the defending champions again, and we went all the way.
yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
I'm thinking along those lines, for us
Get the draw
to draw.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be great if that happens.
yeah.
We can't get the win, the draw be great, and we win the Champions League again.
Yeah.
That'd be unbelievable. Oh God. Yeah. What's your final thoughts, chaps? Any final thoughts? We have to go soon. Next time try and come a bit earlier if you can. It's more interesting. Whenever Odul comes, sometimes he does come early. Edward, it's your first time. I hope you enjoyed it, and it's good to see you here because you do have you make good comments always. Odul always, of course, and you're one
Yeah.
of the main speakers on the spaces. So yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah,
give credit where it's due. Yeah, it's
yeah.
true.
No, no. Thanks for the compliment. For me, it's more of a step by step right now for my team. I've
Yeah,
come. I'm now in a point where I'm appreciating the good, but not being optimistic. Taking it easy, and I can see where they are going. I think.
yeah.
Remember,
At least
I
that's the
said they
thing.
must
At least we
learn.
can see something now. Before with Potter, we were blinded.
Yes, yes.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
even the
Yeah,
owners, they were blind, but now they've seen their mistake, and I
yeah,
like that. So they're taking it easy. They don't want to do the same mistake, and I appreciate that. And now I know we are all anxious for results. We are all anxious for a trophy, but we must not be overhyped. And
yeah,
you remember at some space I said I can see it, us
mm,
losing these games and having a new manager,
yeah.
Real Madrid, and winning the Champions League. I still have that in mind, but I don't want to overhype it.
That's right.
Let's see how it
Yeah,
goes, but
of course.
it
And
will come right.
even if we don't win the Champions League this year, it's not end of the world. We every club goes through periods like this. Every club, United, you've done it before. Liverpool, even Man.
What happened? Nick just vanished. Adu,
I think it's internet something, so
uh,
maybe it's having connection issue. Yeah,
uh,
for me, my own input will be that uh, Frank Lampard, I just expect him to get problem help us find a solution to it. It is the goal scoring mentality. That goal scoring mentality to the team. The likes of Modric, Joao Felix, Noni Madueke, and all that pressure on them. They just believe that the best way for them to is goals. It's not goals. You can be an instrumental player. You can be supplying passes. You can be having a formidable impact in the team, like giving an assist, having a proper build up to games. So there are a lot of ways in which show their forces and mentality. Mika played Chelsea for years and was never scoring any goal. So Mika was there for years, he was never scoring any goal. But his impact was well felt. You understand? So that's something I really want to see in our team. I want to have that impact. If you are not scoring, do your bit. In every department, let them play as a team. Individual brilliance is not something I want. So I Frank Lampard understand our culture. He has been in the team and he knows that even while you're playing as a midfielder, as a defender, everyone is giving in their best. You have the likes of Branisa Banovic. They don't score great goals, plenty goals like that. But once in a while when they score great goals. You have the likes of Mikel. Mikel doesn't even have the number of goals Kante has, but he was very formidable, and you cannot even take him out of the lineup. So these players, I want him to mold them, let them have confidence in themselves. It's not just about scoring goals alone. They need to be very, very instrumental in the team. When they are not there, the club needs to feel their presence and impact that they are not there. The likes of Chilwell and Ben Reece James, we all felt their impact. It's not like they're scoring in, week out. But this player needs to understand that there is more to every games than just scoring goals. So the tension on Modric, the tension on Joao Felix, the tension on Noni Madueke, that makes them believe that the fans will only respect them if they score goal. They should be able to erase that thought from their head, so that with that they will be able to play as a team. With that, they will be able to great assist and be able to start scoring. Because if they play as a team together in against Villa, Modric will have scored. Against Villa, Havertz will have scored. Against Villa, Joao Felix will have got an assist. But the pressure is just too much on them. They are just after scoring. If Modric had laid a pass down for Havertz to score, Havertz will have converted that chance. And the other chance that came about also for Joao Felix to score, Joao Felix will have assisted Modric to score. At the end of the day, the whole of that aim of that team, which is the winning, they will have achieved it, and they will have all got on the score chase and probably have an assist. But at the end, what happened? Because they were doing an individual balance, none of them got a goal. None of them got an assist, and the team lost. So, who is the biggest loser? They are the biggest loser. So he needs to calm them down. They need to understand themselves as a team. They need to give their very best, and they need to be selfless. That's all about the team.
Yeah.
We know how Xavi and Iniesta played. They played for a very long time. They were selfless, and that's why Messi was able to explore. They were selfless, and we know how Frank Lampard and Balak and Mikel play. Mikel was selfless, and that's why Frank Lampard forgot himself, and he went on scoring goals as if he was not a midfielder. He doesn't have to even bother himself about coming back to defend. Now you talk about striker, you say they are not defensive minded. Now you talk about midfielder, you say they are not defensive minded. But if everyone is doing their job well, the other end product, you will be able to see it. So that's what I want him to instill into the team and bring back the good old days.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't say it better, Odu. Yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah, I'm afraid my time is up. Any last words, Edward, before we go? Someone's coming in the chat very late.
Yeah, no. I think I've said everything.
I might have to go too
George.
as well
Yeah.
because it's late.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
have
we have to
Yeah,
go.
yeah. We have to
Big
go.
up George. Thanks for coming on, even if it's late.
Yeah.
And if anyone hasn't hit the like button, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. It will help the channel. Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
Thanks.
so big up George, even if you're late. We have to go now. And yeah, thanks Odu, Edward, Deals, of course, Dex, Bobby, and Reese. Cheryl came on, but he had a connection problem. Yeah, everyone who come on in the panel and everyone in the chat, Verna, Rashid, TCFC, George, who just come, and the rest of you, if I have forgot your names. Yeah, and yeah, JP, of course. JP, the Addy Time podcast. Do subscribe to him. He does a great show. Yeah, so do go to his channel as well and subscribe to him. Yeah, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna leave you. Happy Easter, of course. As my Easter is next week, but happy Easter to all of you whose Easter is today and Sunday. And with that, yeah, God bless you all. Thanks, good night, and big up Chelsea, and we have to win. Yeah, so with that, good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
bye, Audrey, bye.
Bye.
Bye, Edward. Yeah, so we'll put that.